Hello, hello, hello. Ni hao. Greetings. How you say hello in French? Any of y'all know French?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. How many different ways can y'all say hello? Who can say the most hellos in here? Pop
Oh
quiz.
fuck. All right. Bonjour.
Uh-huh.
Hola.
Uh-huh.
Hi. Ciao. No. Yeah. Isn't ciao both?
I think ciao is both.
No.
I think ciao is both.
No. Or is it aloha? Both.
Nah, ciao is both. Ciao is like both hello and goodbye. I'm pretty sure that's
Okay.
yeah.
Yo.
Nah, I'm talking about like languages.
What up?
You done.
Oh, wagwan.
How'd you got any?
Ni hao. Shit, that might be it. Wazam. That's it.
They say yo in Japan. Goku says that shit all the time. Yo.
But like, I'm talking about like in their
It's
language.
me.
Oh my god.
Yo, come on. There goes the monetization.
Yeah. How many times did we like? How quick does it take for us to lose our monetization? What's up, y'all? Just wanted to say hello to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Since it's really important that we diversify and say hello to everybody that might be here. We went through a couple different things since we've been gone, and we just wanted to make sure that we're hitting all the bases. You know, I think a lot of people are finally understanding the importance of addressing everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think, and I think that's like the beauty of fear, right? The beauty of losing something that you're super comfortable with and having to kind of like, just take a step back and say, ni hao, fine shits. Like, hello. And speak in their language, bro. I need to get back on Duolingo, man. That just reminded me I need to get back on my shit. And I always
Get
say
on
that,
Red
but
Note.
like,
Is that they got that girl on there that's teaching Chinese to everybody?
yeah, but like, that's not the motivator for me. Like, I feel like I need something more like to really get me on there. I'd probably be more willing to learn Japanese before I learn Chinese.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. You got any prioritized languages? Like,
Still working on Spanish, of course. Always is a learning process, especially down here in Miami. You learn a little bit every day. You know what I'm saying? Look, Japanese is definitely something for me too.
Yo, Genie pops out right now. Yo, any language you want right now. You learn the whole thing flat. What you want?
Probably Japanese.
Because you already learned
and
Spanish, right?
It would actually like benefit me in my daily life, like when I watch animes and shit. Like my problem watching animes is that I can't like eat and watch at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I might miss something with the words. Might miss something with the dialogue.
Your life automatically like just first of all, your life and probably your clientele like just expands exponentially.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
not only that. They be changing the words in the translations too. Like whenever you watching like a subtitled shit, like they'll be like changing whatever line to make it suitable more so suitable for the English viewer or whatever. I know they did that in like I forgot what anime they did. Some fucking Neon Genesis changed the whole shit. They had the scene at the very end of the series where these two niggas started to kiss, or they were expressing their feelings towards each other, like how they're in love with each other. But in the English
started to kiss.
They didn't kiss. They were about to. It was getting there. But in the English version, they just made it seem like, hey, yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah, close enough.
But that was like that wasn't like Evangeline. That's a what's it called? An old anime, right? Like that was during a time when
90, yeah.
They probably wasn't showing that on TV like that.
Exactly.
So it was like, they had to probably be like, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? We're buds. But now
just kiss it a little.
But now
we're friends, right? Kiss it.
Showing that shit on the did y'all see people was mad because they showed it on the ball drop? There was like two niggas kissing when the ball dropped.
Oh, no.
I saw two niggas kissing, but I definitely didn't see people like upset about it.
It cut to like two niggas kissing, like, and it was just on that, right? And then people were showing their reactions to it, and it was just like, oh man,
oh my god,
like, yo, man, it's It's crazy.
That's
But welcome to the pod, y'all. I'm Tren. I'm here, call.me.hide, and Gabo_ is here. We are back.
You.
I have to apologize in advance for my coughing. If I'm coughing, just please understand that I almost died this week. I had the flu, and people saying it's the bird flu going around. I ain't eaten no chicken recently, so I don't know where I got bird flu from. So
I don't know if that's how you get bird flu.
Well, how you get bird flu, you know?
I don't know. I think maybe you get bit by a bird.
See, my problem with niggas like you, it's like, I don't think that's how I get it. But like, you don't know how I get it. So why are you,
Like, maybe saying shit about to get more expensive now because of it.
Yeah.
Because if all the birds is getting sick, that's going to affect all the eggs. It's going to affect the proteins and shit like that. So we're going to have to start buying high quality meats and high quality eggs.
I already started, yo. I tend to go towards
Joe's.
like the more expensive side of things.
Where do you go? Whole Foods, Trader Joe's?
Whole Foods. But also, like, even if I'm in like a store and I see like prices for different types of chicken, like the quality,
The highest one.
I tend to like go for the highest one, which is probably kind of stupid, but I don't know.
I can't tell if that's because y'all don't have kids or I don't know what it is. But like shopping for a family in like a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods is like the dumbest shit. They don't even really like even have. Yeah, they don't even have portion sizes for families and shit like that. Like it's genuinely
barely enough for two.
Right. So I don't get it. I've stepped foot inside of a Trader Joe's maybe twice in my whole life.
I feel like with Trader Joe's, I feel like those are the type of families that you be like, yo, I'm going to Trader Joe's. If I want something, give me your money. I'll pick it up for you while I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody throws in money for what they want. You know, you want some chicken tonight? I'll pick that up, because you get one chicken breast in a pack probably. Yeah, nah. While we're here, can we briefly, because, like I know we're going to get into the tick down shit that, but since we talking about chicken all of a sudden, have y'all seen the most recent announcement? The crossover that we getting soon.
I did see
that involves the chicken. No.
Hey man, it's finally here. Don Julio at Cafulio with that Popeyes chicken, boy.
Oh Jesus, that sounds like the most ignorant shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yo, I don't know what's about to happen, but like all of a sudden, here's the thing. Here's what made me just mad just thinking about this right before we started recording. One, the bird flu shit is happening. Which I don't like how there's a connection all of a sudden. Now Don Julio is connecting with Popeyes, and that's an announcement. It feels like they cloned Tyrone all over again, or Undercover Brother, where they try, we put something in the chicken. And number two, guess when it drops? Guess when this collaboration drops?
February 1st.
Yeah.
Is it really February 1st?
January 31st, which is
Jesus Christ.
It kicks in.
Nah, because they know the niggas always late, so they gonna get there on the 1st.
yeah. And Laura Hell gonna show up on like March 20th. Like, what's happening? But yeah, there's gonna be some sort of collaboration between Don Julio and Popeyes. I have no idea what it could be. What could it possibly be?
I don't know.
Chicken in the shape of a little Don Julio bottle.
Don Julio infused.
I really thought it was just gonna be like a Super Bowl commercial.
Maybe they battered the chicken in Don Julio.
Don Julio battered. Yo, because you remember that dude who was cooking on social media and this whole thing where he would he put Casamigos though. He would make like Casamigos pasta. You ever see that? He would like pour Casamigos in.
Casamigos.
And he would stir it with the bottle. Like very like unsanitary, but he would do that.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, so we back to some nasty whatever that's gonna be, but
nasty collabs. Not everything needs a crossover, I promise.
My people, there's never been a better time to stay away from the chicken than right now. Stay away from it. I think. I'm not eating Popeyes all the Black History Month.
I might.
I can't.
I'm not getting that though.
You can't hold off for 1 month, bro. Come on, bro. Listen, come on. You could hold off, bro. We gotta take a stance somewhere. That's the thing, right?
I'm just not gonna get that bullshit.
I know, but like,
I could kill them fries, bro.
I know the fries, yeah. But all right, the fries I feel like might be okay, but the chicken, I mean, no, it's all in the same batter though. Like it's all in the same.
It all goes to the same pot.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. But yeah, yo. So since we've been gone, we almost lost a lot of y'all, and we're happy to be back because,
for real.
We always talk about how much we appreciate y'all supporting us on all socials, but especially showing a lot of love and hate on TikTok. And we almost lost that, y'all. We almost lost that, and it seems like it came as a surprise to Hod. I don't even think Hod even knew that it was like getting ready to go, because like, like, can you tell me about how that felt for you? Like realizing like the shit was happening, and then it happened in like moments of you like noticing that the shit was going to happen.
Wait, what's happening?
I don't think it was that. I knew TikTok was going away, but I didn't realize that CapCut was also gonna be going away. I think that was
still
more,
not back, right?
No, well, you can use it, but I think you have to have your phone in like airplane mode or some shit to like. But yeah, like I don't know. I picked the wrong day to actually start trying to figure out how some of this shit worked. And yeah, this shit just,
my first day on CapCut, yo.
I had just asked me like, yo, how do you make captions, yo? So fuck this. Let me go to CapCut. Oh shit.
Yeah, shit was just completely locked me out.
I said, "Oh, this nigga on it? Nah, man, get us out of here, man."
Yeah, that was out of there. Some other app. I know Marvel Snap. That was a surprise to me. I don't play that game. I know a lot of people who do. The mobile game Marvel
I thought
Snap.
That was a joke. That was real. Like,
yeah,
they really shut that down.
Yeah, I'm in a Discord with niggas that was truly affected by that shit.
Damn, son.
That shit didn't come back until after TikTok too.
Yo, so Dame being on the other side of this again, you know what I'm saying? Like having to kind of see the fall of an app that people found so like beloved, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Can you compare it to like what was worse? Was it worse during that time? I was there, but like I don't even remember how I felt like when they announced that it was getting shut down. Like 'cause I used it, but I wasn't like, like on it as much. And I'm not even on TikTok as much like that either. But obviously because we're on it, like it means a lot more to me than like Vine did, because I wasn't really doing much on there.
Okay, so from a personal standpoint, from a creator standpoint, I would say anybody who was a creator on Vine wasn't necessarily upset with the fact that it was ending when it did end, because at that point it was already a dead app. All the creators had already left and moved on to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and other shit, just because of the fact that Vine wasn't paying them. And my guy Landon Moss actually dropped a video yesterday talking about how Vine was kind of the blueprint to how all this stuff kind of started, about how all these companies are using influencers as a marketing tool, as a heavy marketing tool. And now it's just in a matter of 6 seconds. Now you have a whole, 15 seconds, a minute long. You see, I was just on a set with a Viner who now he's directing crazy short films for Kevin Hart and stuff like that. So it's crazy to see where all these guys are at now. So from that aspect, I would say the downfall of Vine was a lot less significant than compared to TikTok, because I feel like on TikTok there's a lot of creators that are actually making money. And they don't necessarily have the largest following. Maybe they just have like a partnership with a company in the TikTok shop or something like that, or they're hustling their own way, doing like what do they call that, drop shipping or whatever it's called, like. So I feel like there's a lot of more small businesses that were affected by the TikTok closing, or the fear of the TikTok closing, or what was going to be the TikTok closing. So I think in that way, it's a lot more significant. I think at this point, TikTok is a way bigger app than Vine ever was. Vine could only wish
TikTok
to reach
before it was TikTok was what was that shit called? It wasn't Triller, right? That's
Musically. It was
Musically, right.
And it was
just
literally
like
it was just, I mean, still true to what TikTok is now.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just still very true to that. You know, you get your dances, you could do the slow filter, the fast filter, you know, all that type of stuff. They just made it more of a social platform. You can actually like comment and they transformed the whole shit around, which is what Vine should have done. But I mean, then you see. So yeah, I mean, but in terms of like just the casual viewership, I could see how like a lot of people were affected like when Vine went down, because that was so sudden. There weren't really so many alternatives, you know. It was really only Instagram, and I think Facebook had really just gotten into the game of like, you know, people doing like short form content and stuff like that. Instagram had just added their 15-second thing, and that kind of really what did the end to Vine, because at that time, like, all right, YouTube really wasn't the thing to go to for short form content. That was really for just like long form shit, skits and sketches and stuff like that. So
they saved themselves
Vine was
for shorts,
it was
not
like, and then on Twitter, all the best videos you see on Twitter were from Vine. So it was tough. It was definitely tougher in that aspect. But now, like once TikTok went down, it's like, all right, we still got Twitter, we still got Instagram, we still got YouTube, we still got Facebook. Even got some heat on there sometimes. So it's different in those two aspects.
It was just where those things were gonna come from was gonna be like the void that needed to be filled, right? Like, because you can have like Twitter and like Instagram and have all those videos fed on there, but like it's always where's that content coming from? Where's the hub where people are like populating and making the content on that app to like bring it forward to other apps and stuff like that. So I think that still would have been. I'm curious now. I guess we'll never know. But it lasted all of not even 24 hours. That like little shutdown that happened. Where
not even 12 hours, I think.
Yeah, not even 12 hours where there was a shutdown that happened. I'm not sure if everybody has it back yet, but I do know that most people got access back to TikTok.
I think it was the people who had deleted the app were just the ones who weren't able to get it back right away. I think they have some workaround around it now, but it's usually, I'm not sure if you can still legitimately download it back in the App Store.
Yeah, I haven't tried. You know what I'm saying? Like I know even when Vine shut down, still I could still like use it at that time. You know, I didn't know, like it didn't feel like it was shut down right away.
There was a time where it just acted kind of as a camera roll. Like, hey, these are all the Vines and saved Vines that you have here. Get them while you can. Download them while you can before they're gone permanently.
Yeah, and that lasted like years. Like I remember I was still going back just to watch stuff from like different profiles. Like it was still open and available, but that lasted for years until it finally shut down. But TikTok's back, and I just feel bad for all the people that thought they was making new friends that was on the Red Note app, and now everybody was just kind of like, well, see you later, and they go
sayonara.
Yeah, and they go yo. and they go right back and they go right back to their homeland to just cause more disturbances on TikTok. But it's back, and it's all thanks to y'all really thought I was going fucking y'all thought I was about to say some bullshit. Let TikTok tell it. It's all thanks to the president of the United States. Which they claim that because of the work that Trump did, that's what brought the app back to all the people that are able to use it at the moment. Which feels like a play. Definitely feels like a play on there.
Major play.
Yeah,
I mean, it was strange. It was strange because he wasn't president yet. Like the day TikTok got shut down.
That's what I found
back,
interesting as well. Yeah,
he wasn't president yet. What could he have done?
Apparently, he made comments. Apparently, him just I don't even know what he said. Like, I haven't seen anything of like what he actually said that people were like, "Oh yeah, this is his doing," because he. Like, I don't like. Did he really give a fuck?
I mean, he was part of the problem.
Yeah, wasn't he saying that we needed to like ban this shit? Like, we wasn't making money off
artist 101.
Facts.
Con
artist.
Monty.
It's old school.
I have to give it to him. Bro, we have to give it to him.
Yeah.
This was a masterful play, bro. Like, this is like some evil genius shit. Like, bro, like he was leaving office and still planting seeds.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to be back to finish the job. Like, that's kind of crazy, bro. Like, let me introduce this problem right here. Hey, TikTok, Chinese government taking all your data. We don't have any rights to it. You know, this is all them over there. We got to fix this. We got to get rid of this app. Da, 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 da. Years go on. Hey, you know what? TikTok's not that bad, but hey, we just got to figure out a deal so that we can get our shit. Da, 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 da. We want to, we don't, if TikTok has to go, it has to, but hey, we're working on it. TikTok is out of here. We need TikTok. Don't worry. I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna save the day. I'm gonna get this bitch back. Less than 24 hours later, that shit back. You can't tell me that there's not a deal already done years beforehand.
Yeah. Somebody got some bread. Somebody he's
like,
getting
no
some
way.
bread. He's getting some bread from some of them.
If you don't think that Trump is not getting a percentage of this, whatever 51% that he wants the U.S. to have an ownership in TikTok, if you don't think he's getting 1%, 5%, 2%, any little sliver of that, you're out of your fucking mind. He's a businessman at the end of the fucking day, bro. He's in it for himself.
Now, I do have a question. If he's getting a percentage of it, and I mean, we're probably not the people to even like talk about that, like, because I know it's probably bigger than all of us. But if he gets a deal like this through his presidency, and then like when he leaves, like that's still his deal, right? Like it's not just
of course
for the president.
But that's the thing. I think it's like
deal.
I think it's like some under the table shit. You're not gonna see his name on any documents. You're not gonna see his name on any like shareholders list. But like you better guarantee that somebody's sliding him some money for this.
Yeah, it's just listen, when you have Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, now the CEO of TikTok, basically on your dick, you kind of control media. You know, the old play. I think part of the fake news and the distrust that he's kind of garnered for like traditional media sources was also part of the play to eventually take over social media, to the point where like, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore. I deleted it. I don't think I need it. I still want to use CapCut, but I may go to another video editing software. I used to use KindMaster back in the day. Like there's other like perfectly usable video editing mobile apps.
Just use mobile,
Mobile, yeah. I mean, I have Premiere obviously, but I think Premiere is kind of
Premiere Rush. They got Premiere. I'm not sure what like that consists of, but there is a
there's the Premiere Rush. I haven't actually checked it out, but again, CapCut the thing about CapCut was that it has so many fucking effects that were like free and shit like that.
Just easy to use and easy to apply as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way FL Studio was with music production over like Pro Tools. A lot of people didn't use Pro Tools, not only because it was expensive, but because it didn't even have the best sounding shit. Like Pro Tools, I mean, Fruity Loops came with like some of the doper sounds and like a simpler sampler. You didn't have to deal with so much. You didn't have to know so much in order to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, and the same thing. Audacity.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
which was also probably tough back then, like to compare to other ones like Fruity Loops and all that stuff.
Fruity Loops took over the game. Fruity Loops was the first one where like niggas who didn't know how to make music was making music. You know what I mean? Because it was just that simple. Whereas Pro Tools, you still needed to know
what you was doing.
You still needed to know music.
Same thing with Ableton, I think. Ableton like also looks like very overwhelming if you have no idea.
I've never like dug into Ableton for that reason, because it is intimidating as fuck. I mean, I know I could do it, but I just didn't really have to. Yeah. I mean, I've used every single DAW, but like again, like with the big boys, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, you know what I mean? Sony Vegas, you know what I mean? Like there's all of
Sony
these
Vegas
throwback.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right? Like that shit.
Windows
like,
Movie Maker.
Windows Movie Maker was always like super, like even back then, like Final Cut or like whatever iMovie. iMovie was so much better. Honestly, I think Apple having iMovie was like the number one reason niggas wanted Macs. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit, you had GarageBand and you had iMovie. If you was a nigga that was in media or doing media in 2007, you needed a MacBook.
It was there, you know?
You needed a MacBook. It was that simple. You could start your shit off Whereas Windows Movie Maker was literal ass. That shit was a toy. You couldn't do anything with that thing.
My first YouTube account was built off of you Windows Movie Maker, dog.
Yo.
I hated that shit, bro. I'm like that shit was the
AOT, what was that? What was that early that screen capture shit, yo? Where it was like the box, you just had to like drag the box over where you wanted to record the screen. Everybody always had like a ripped version with like a white bar on the bottom as the watermark.
I know what you're talking about.
I kind of remember that. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I can't even remember that shit, yo. But I know what you're talking about. But yeah, bro, we really like we went through a lot, man. Like
we've been here before, bro. Like we've been here before.
Yeah, we big bros for real. Like we ain't all unk yet, but we big bros for real.
Yeah, y'all definitely the older cousins at this point. Like for sure. Y'all definitely the older cousins. So So yeah, like I just again, it could be my age where like I'm not married to TikTok like that because it wasn't like the thing that was lit first or whatever. I think Instagram is still fine. I think YouTube is still fine. Don't get me wrong, TikTok has
people hate Instagram, bro. Like the thought of like it's like TikTok being shut down and then having to move to Instagram, people were like, "Yo, I'd rather die." Like,
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
like,
that.
They got reels
it
on there
definitely. Again, TikTok has a built-in editor. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much. First of all, why do them niggas? How can they do this? Like, how can that shit be so lit like that? Whereas all of these American apps really are trash, bro. Like, how are they actually?
It's also the community
like
too. I think, man. I think like the community, like of having like TikTokers around, because it occurred to me today that it's like a universal experience that people understand that. It's not just about the content that's on the app. It's about what people are saying about the content on that app.
Sure, yeah, for sure. It's the community.
The community, the comment sections, like that's like part of the watching experience. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the viewing experience. Those top comments, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes be funnier than the video itself.
That's true.
For sure.
Or they're the ones that introduced being able to reply to a comment with a whole video.
With a video. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
And that incentivizes people to want to make top comment worth content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I unfollowed the bitch because she did a video reply to my comment. Unfollowed her immediately. Like,
and this is what I be saying when I say people don't fucking listen.
Basically, like, yo, bro, my little fly by night joint wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you in a comedy thing and you laughing a little too loud, and then the comedian like, I know you ain't laughing.
That's exactly what it is. Why are you singling me out for a whole video? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that honestly might be one of my like modern worst fears for sure. It's like leaving a comment that I didn't think was like gonna be under the radar, and it's just getting a little too hot, and then replying to it in a video, and then going viral off of that.
Yeah, now all the comments is calling me a shithead. Like what? What the fuck? Come on,
no, this nigga ain't talking. Like, all right, come on, yo. Like we forgetting why we here. But yeah, man. I'm glad that it's back for us. I'm glad that it's back for our content mostly. I wouldn't have been hurt if it would have been gone, like just for like as a consumer, I guess. But as like a user, I'm glad that it's back, you know, because we still got stuff. And it's honestly just my understanding with social media, and we can close with this and move on, but like I always view it as kind of like a glass castle or a sand castle, you know? And I had to learn this kind of the hard way when my platform got hacked back in like 2018, I believe, where, you know, I lost basically my following and a lot of people that I haven't been able to speak to ever again, just based off of like getting hacked and not being able to recover my account and, you know, not being able to prove that it was mine for whatever reason. Like they just didn't have that technology. They don't have service for that, really, you know, and still really don't. Like their service for getting accounts back, very hard, you know, unless you're like Meta verified. Now they have like some things for people, like some protections for people for accounts.
Well, of course, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. You got to pay for that shit for like actual service. But if not, it's a sandcastle, man. So it just stresses the importance of people being able to kind of expand as much as they can. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket in the sense of don't just leave all million followers that you might have on one app. You know what I'm saying? Spread that shit out. Put it to other apps. Always have them going towards other ways. Always have, more directions for them to reach you. Whether it's Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, like all those other apps. Like just have other ways for people to reach you. And have like backups for things, right? Have backups and like always have backups for your content. The big thing about the podcast is that nobody can ever take this from us. You know what I'm saying? I have a backlog of all the shit that we've ever said. We can always have that, which is like very happy for me. All them videos that I did back on my Instagram, them shits is gone. I've never seen them shits again. So, but like all the logs that we did, all the podcasts that we recorded, a lot of that shit is still here for the most part. Like on this app that we have now. So, we can close with that. I'm happy that a lot of creators didn't have to, jump off the ledge, because I'm sure a lot of them was probably trying to figure out like, how am I going to eat now, just for that. But I'm sure it was a wake up call for them, for sure, of just like, damn, that was scary. So let's get to work.
Do we just go back to like business as usual if you're content creator specifically on TikTok? I mean, I know you're saying like, diversify your content and things like that, but like, do you stay on TikTok if like your bread and butter has been TikTok and it was like so easy to remove it? You know what I mean? Like if your job had to close, you know what I'm saying, for like 3 or 4 days out of the week or some shit like that, you could not get paid. It was like they have furlough days for like certain companies and stuff like that. Wouldn't that make you look for another job? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
sure.
like, nah, man, y'all shaky.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. A second ago, there was like, I need to figure out what y'all gonna do for a check, because we gone. It's like, damn, I got like what, 2 days? So man.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's dangerous. As a just a regular consumer of the content from TikTok, I don't need it. You know what I mean? And there's other media forms that I kind of prefer anyway. So it's it does suck though. It sucks for those consumers, but I mean for those content creators. But
money was made and the play was made. Before we get into Joey and shit, how y'all feel about the status of our country right now? Trump got in and he started doing executive orders. He started writing shit down like already automatically signing shit away. Bro. He said, "What's this? I bet. What's this?
Get rid of that. We're no longer with these niggas. We're pulling out of this." So what? So we're out of the CDC. We're out of the World Health Organization.
Yeah, the WHO, the CDC.
Yeah,
TNT, ABC.
At the worst time, I mean, with this whole fucking bird flu going on as well. Like this is
it's about to get kind of nasty.
Literally, it's about to get ugly, bro.
It's about to get nasty.
The man pulled us out of like the biggest cancer research, backing that we've ever done. Like he's taking
audits.
Backwards.
I think it's all for the money. Honestly, he's taking audits. That's what it feels like he's doing. He's like, all right, where are we spending all this money? And let's see how well we do without spending this money. Like, let's pull out of all of this. You know what I'm not saying? Like, who's over here? Fire him. Get him out of here. Let's see how well we could do. Let's see. 4 years. Let's see how well we could do in 4 years without them. If the demand comes back, we'll put him back. That's what it seems like he's doing.
Ain't gonna be no demand. Them niggas gonna be dead. Like, I think that's the part. Like there's some like real consequences to a lot of the stuff that he's doing. The closing down like most DEI, what do you call organizations or whatever, like, boards or whatever the case is. A lot of people ended up losing their jobs for that, which is, it's just, it's to the point where like, if you are black and have some type of consciousness about you, just check out. Like for the next 4 years, like just don't even engage because it's just there's nothing worth what this is gonna turn into. It's just it's just not worth it. It's not our fight.
Keep your head down.
Keep your head down.
Save your money.
Get a
be
gun.
aware of what's going on. But it's now at the time to be quitting no jobs.
Absolutely not.
I think everybody needs to kind of hold on to as many sources of income that they can at this point. Cause it's gonna get real nasty.
Yeah, we not doing no protests. Stay out of police face.
Yeah.
None of all of it, man. Just get it how you live.
That's
man.
the one thing I am
get
scared
yourself
of, bro. I ain't
gun.
been, and like I don't want to put this on me, knock on wood, all the wood, but like I ain't been pulled over in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I've still gotten tickets because there's a lot of cameras over here, shit like that. But I haven't been pulled over in a really long time, and I hope that it kind of stays like that, Hope that none of these police feel incentivized to kind of like, show their ass a little bit more just because of, some most recent changes that are happening now with what is it that they pretty much have like immunity for, or that's the what he's trying to make it. He's trying to make it that they have immunity for their decisions, which we have already seen that most of their decisions are always
they have
the right
immunity
ones.
already. Yeah, for sure. It's again this is like legal genocide, bro. It just my bigger question that I'm gonna have is like how he deals with like the Middle East situation. Like I just want to see how that plays out over the next 6 months.
That also happened right before, I think like a day before or something.
Yeah,
everybody was saying
the ceasefire.
Yeah, Trump called this for a ceasefire. And it's like, bro, he's not the president yet. Like, I mean, the people kept saying that, but also they're like Biden gave a nod and stuff like that, and they trying to like really stress this bipartisanship. It's like, man, like this is just all so like they really trying to make this man be like the savior of everything, and it's like really kind of like it's weird how it is. Like it's weird how that's working out.
Just let them, man.
Just let him do it, right?
Let him do it, bro.
It's like, what do we, like let him talk, I guess.
People are talking about, you got people on the left saying like, oh yeah, already we have room for impeachment. Bro, that shit did not matter then. It's not gonna matter now. Do not shut the fuck up. Honestly, shut the fuck up. Y'all not gonna do shit. Y'all never do shit. Y'all not gonna do shit. The fuck, again, is maybe it's just I'm apathetic to this whole process or whatever the case may be. But y'all, bro, y'all lost, man. Like the nigga beat shit down y'all leg. You know what I mean? It's just they won. It's just sometimes you got to learn how to take a loss, man.
And before we move on, Elon is like one of the goofiest motherfuckers I ever seen, bro.
Yeah.
Like he just he goofy looking.
Yeah.
And two, I just feel like he don't fit in any type of community that makes sense for this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't seem like he belongs here. Like he is one of the people that I believe are reptiles.
Yeah. Agreed.
He's one of them people that I really look at and I'm like, he's not from here.
I think that eccentricism, I guess. How do you say that? I don't know. He's eccentric. I think that shit because he owned Tesla and that's part of it. People think because he owned Tesla that he must be a scientist or an engineer or some shit like that.
No.
He's absolutely the fuck not, right?
No, he got money.
So, he owns SpaceX and Tesla, all these technology companies, Starlink and all this other shit. That nigga is basically like Rupert Murdoch, bro. It's just not, he is like the epitome of the evil villain in a fucking cartoon. You know what I mean? Like that's who he is. And again, he owns the platforms that we were using like socially as like ways to, you know, recruit and like, you know what I'm saying, galvanize one another. And like he owns that shit now. It's dark. Like it's fucking dark, bro.
Yeah. On the positive side, any of y'all investors? Do any of y'all have any Dogecoin or anything like that? I guess.
Hell no. I should have though.
Yeah.
Contributed to my 401k
by the
though.
way. I don't know if you, but like, yeah, I don't know if you have any of that. Nah. None of y'all investors. Are y'all
Not
investors?
in any of those like meme coins or shit coin. Like none of those.
Nah, man. I got my 401k popping. That's it.
Good. Happy for y'all. Any closing remarks on this? I guess good luck, everybody. We gonna be here for y'all.
Yeah.
You know?
Just stay low, tuck your chin.
Is it okay to now say that I
Clench
would
your butt.
About Kamala Harris?
I
Still no? Okay. Okay. I won't say it, but you know.
I know what you're trying to know.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. We've had the hear me outs for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know. Since she's not gonna be president, she kind of got finer. You know how like,
Sure, man. He still said it, yeah. He's still going.
you know how like, you know, you break up with Shorty, you see her again after like 3 months. Like you've seen her in that fit before, but
So extra glow.
it's a little extra glow. Like, was it always mustard? I thought it was yellow. It's mustard though. I'm just now noticing.
He's
you
like,
know?
oh, you know, no, it's
Just
yellow.
saying.
Oh man. But yeah, yo, good luck everybody. We're here though. We're here to do this, man. And one of the things that we're here to do is give some good ass content, yo. Look. When the East Coast shoot back,
Oh man.
we gonna talk on it. You feel me? I'm sick of y'all niggas, man. I'm sick of y'all coming at us and talking about, oh, we got some East Coast bias. Nah, man. The king is back. Fuck all that West Coast bullshit, man.
Oh, now he's the king.
Jesus.
Fuck all that West Coast bullshit. You heard what I'm saying, bro? When homeboys come back and talk all that shit and try to come for the crown or for who they think the crown holder is, y'all step back and y'all listen. So that's what we gonna do today, man. Joey Badass responded back to all the heat, all the smoke that everybody was trying to come at him with. You know what I'm saying? Daylight and Coyote and Rayvon and, you know, all them niggas. Nah, man. It's time. You wanted to smoke. I'm going to give you a little bit of smoke. I'm not going to give you all the smoke because you're not really my target. You feel me? Like, you're not really who I'm trying to aim for. But if you want the smoke, I'll give you a little bit because that's all you deserve. You feel me? That's all you really deserve. And all y'all over here talking about, oh yeah, check out, you know, Rayvon's like statistics and shit like that. Bro, I know who Rayvon is. I know who this person was. In that same review that I was saying, he got bars.
Yeah. He can rap.
He can rap. But when another rapper that knows what the fuck is going on shows up, somebody who is a little bit more primed than he is, I'm going to talk on it. So that's what we going to do. Like I said, Joey Badass came back. Sorry, not sorry. And neither am I. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. I like when people stand on business. You know, I wasn't being disrespectful before. Now I'm being a little disrespectful. I don't have no East Coast bias. I don't know if y'all do. I don't. I'm just recognizing.
We were just rooting for Kendrick all summer.
Yeah. Exactly.
For sure.
I'm a fan of talent. And when I say that Joey can stand with, you know, these little grunts, I mean it. So without further ado, y'all got any other setup before we get right into this? I think we could just.
This is my first time hearing it, so.
All right.
I listened once. I didn't. I've only listened once though. I'm excited to hear it again.
All right.
You know, just because a nigga is being straight faced while he's listening to some shit does not mean that we're fucking hating on what we're hearing.
Yeah, nigga said we was under pressure, bro.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I don't get it, man.
Nigga said that nigga with the yellow hat. That nigga hating on that.
And
nigga.
he put that shit back on. And what?
Sorry, not sorry. Joey Badass. Here's the video.
Let it rock.
I got like 7 of these hats.
Conductor. Yeah. What you want me to do, bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Look, hey yo. They fucked around, woke up the star seed from Marcy. Not the projects, but them Brooklyn streets with my heartbeat. 51 Hart Street, 193 Vernon Avenue. Niggas with attitudes. Man, I'm bigging up my city, that's something I had to do. Do or die, home of the gully where we let fly. 2025 on my bully, I know that men lie. Women lie, but Joey don't. Might delete later, I know damn sure that Joey won't. Fuck it, I want all the smoke. Put my credit on the line, cause niggas can't fuck with me. We talking about it line for line. The audacity of this nigga, he must be out his mind. Haunted by the ghost of Biggie and Pac, I'm them combined. Spent many years, minding minds out of sight and out of mind. Now I'm front in line. All the signs saying it's my time, swear it's all divine. Properly aligned, this little light of mine. Promise I'ma let it shine till it leave you niggas blind. Yeah. Spec that hoe. Yeah, check that though. Yeah. What you want me to do, bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I said I'm sorry, not sorry. Bitch, I'm sorry, not. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, man. Shit. You got that foot on you niggas' necks, nigga.
Conductor, man.
Look.
Conductor on the road.
He's back.
And the pockets run steep, never slow leak. Nigga, what's beef, huh? Beef is when a nigga like you can't sleep, Wake up with no appetite and now you can't eat, Now you can't speak. Cat got his tongue, he been missing all week, Perfect time to separate the strong from the weak, I won't ever hesitate, won't ever miss a beat, no. Stay calm and meditate, but know I gotta beat on. Don't be alone, pistol in my palm. To pick apart you pussy niggas plotting all along. Yeah, like not today, Satan. In fact, me and God been having great conversations. Admiring the constellations. Every day is new thoughts and new observations. Know I gotta move forth, ain't no time for wasting. Know I'm carrying the torch for my generation with no hesitation. Yeah, I'm 10 toes deep, you get cold feet. Nigga got the whole heat, that's what the streets told me. Written manifesto of a young G. Having premonitions, many men tryna smoke me. I'm 10 toes deep, you get cold feet. Nigga got the whole heat, that's what the streets told me. Written manifesto of a young G. Having premonitions, many men tryna smoke me. Straight like that, yeah.
Sorry, not
Let that
sorry.
beat on the second track.
Joey Badass. I also want to say that this dropped about 5 days ago from when you probably hearing this, 5-6 days ago. As of right now, there's been no response from any of the, people that's been popping that shit so far. Unless y'all have anything hot. You get something? I don't know if you.
Yeah, so Daylight actually responded today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not with a song.
Did you hear
Not
that?
with a song. No, of course not.
Not with a song yet. An hour ago, he said, "Ayo, to all my left side brethren, stand down. I got this one. Black gloves on." That was an hour ago. So it sounds like Daylight is actually going to be the one to pop back out. Which, again, I'm very excited about. I loved that from Joey. I thought he's the boy can rap, bro. Like he simply can just like rap with the best of them. He can. I wish he was more direct. The one shot that was very clearly direct was might delete later. I know damn sure that Joey won't. And that was a shot at J. Cole, who's technically an East Coast rapper because North Carolina's on the East. So it's
these are the things that I don't like about the stuff that Joey's doing a little bit. It's like, why is all this shit coming out of left field, like unprovoked type shit? Like, that's what makes it seem a little clout chasey a little bit. It's like, I understand, like, maybe you wanting to, like, you know, stomp your feet and fucking like stand your ground, but nobody's coming from New York like that right now, to be honest. Like,
yeah, no, but again, you know, y'all know me, man. Hate. Just seeing niggas getting too much props can be enough for you to be like, all right, enough. Y'all niggas is riding too much dick around here.
Yeah.
It's over. We not now, nigga, we here too. You know what I'm saying? Like that, sometimes that's all it take. Y'all niggas like them niggas too much.
It's like the king from another kingdom walking in to like the chamber, you know, like, or like, you know, the court where everybody, all the kings from all the different kingdoms come and meet, and they're just like, all right, what y'all got going on over here? Y'all pleading for, like, what's, you know, like, y'all ain't telling me what this was going on. You feel me?
Yeah. So I'm, you know, definitely not mad. I do wish he was a bit more direct though. I do wish he was a bit more direct. I think
it's coming, man. I think he's still sending warning shots. I think this very much still feels like he's throwing like light jabs. You feel me? Because clearly he's not saying like really no names. Like you said, it's not direct. And this still feels like, stop poking at me. Like I said, like this wasn't for you, but like stop poking at me because I'll really show you what I do.
This is just too produced for me, bro. Like the whole video, multiple locations, multiple shoots, multiple looks. You have multiple verses on multiple beats. It's like, are you really
in it?
Are you
like,
are you really responding to somebody? Or are you just like sending shots out into the void and you're letting people attach onto whoever they may think you're talking to, outside of obviously the big names that you may be mentioning, like Kendrick or Cole. You know, like.
He did that. The first the one I missed was niggas with attitude mad I'm bigging up my city. That's something I had to do. Obviously niggas with attitude, NWA West Coast niggas. Mm-hmm. So he is like responding to the fact that they were responding, but as you said, it feels like these records was already done. We kind of had this opinion too with like Not Like Us, whereas like there may be a version of Not Like Us that doesn't have any Drake disses on it. That it was just a song he already had that he was kind of able to kind of fix, because songs like TV Off exist, songs like Hey Now exist, and it seems like he already had this kind of pocket ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like when he says on Not Like Us, you know, how many more do I nigga, you know, have in stock or whatever, you know, it sounds like the shit that we got on GNX might have been Drake disses at one point. You know what I mean? Like maybe
and he just cleaned them up.
And he just cleaned them up to make them regular songs. So to me, rapper brain goes, if you're doing that, Joey, then you still needed to change a few more lines. You needed to change a few more lines to put darts on them bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like you needed to mark niggas out.
I still think he ain't there yet. I still think he got him, but he ain't there yet. Like, I don't think that he's felt like anybody who's responded to him yet has been worthy enough to give like names to the bullets. That's what this feels like. And even if it is produced and stuff like that, I feel like until somebody actually comes at him that he feels is worth his attention, he gonna keep giving you these, like, I'm gonna give you what, I'm gonna put it like this. You ever dealing with somebody and you feel like, you know, I could hurt you a lot more than you could hurt me. And I understand that on like a emotional, physical level. Yeah. Like I know, you know, like with great power comes great responsibility type shit. I know like what your bounds are or what your limits are. I'm not going to hit you that hard because I don't feel like you deserve like the full extent of my strength. I can hit you with these light jabs and then like, you go about your day. Until you hit harder, like I'm gonna give you what you came at me with. You think that was it? All right, I'm gonna give you something back. And that's what I feel like is you deserve from what I've heard from you. That's what this feels like he's doing right now. And yeah, it's like, this production involved and stuff like that. But I feel like, understand, Joey, he's the owner of a conglomerate. Like he's the owner of like Pro Era and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I think I like kind of underestimate their ability for a creative. Like somebody who generally seems like he's in all facets of the creative process of like these types of videos and things that's being made. I feel like y'all underestimating the fact that he has like a vision for these things long before they actually happen. And so even though it's quick and like produced and stuff like that, I think if he's able to keep up with that same pace, which I think he will, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Then that just proves how good he is to also come up with videos. Yeah, it could be, like, I don't think that's the narrative. That's the narrative that people are going to take though. Like, oh, look how produced it is. You feel me? Like, oh yeah, he just had all this in the tuck and everything. But if you keep putting out at that level, you keep putting out videos, you keep putting out like raps with your videos and putting it out like that, that's impressive.
It is, but that's not necessarily what I meant in terms of like it being produced. I mean in terms of, like, it's being produced like somebody's backing it with a lot of money to where a rollout is occurring right now. Like these are going straight to his YouTube account, not going to streaming or anything. I'm not even, was this second song even like sampling something where they would be trying to avoid like a copyright issue with streaming or something like that? Like I don't know if this is like an original beat or what, but like this all just seems like is, like I said, like heavily produced in the sense that like, yeah, we're putting a lot of money behind this music video over here, this track over here to go on go straight to the YouTube because we have an album coming. If you remember the first song at the very, very end, it played like a little sample of a song that sounds like it would be on a Joey album. So I feel like this is like, in that sense, like he's using this opportunity to roll out whatever project he has coming in the first quarter of 2025.
Okay,
like,
so you genuinely feel that this is all just roll out.
I really do, and that sucks to say, but this second one kind of did that for me. Like that first one kind of felt like an open shot to whoever, but then after he realized, like, all right, this isn't kind of getting the response from the people that I want to get, he's like, all right, let me do another one. Like I think that like this was kind of planned in that sense. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this first one. I don't know if people are gonna respond, but if somebody does, I have some other shit to go to. And if I get the Kendrick response, if I get the Cole response, if I get the response for one of the big fishes, this is perfect. The perfect opportunity to be in a little battle before I could drop this album that I have coming.
It's a good strategy. Again, I don't mind niggas wanting to be in battles before as rollouts. Like I'm fine with that because that used to be like that was 50's play a lot of times. It was like he started beef with T.I. randomly. He started beef like that was his rollout. It was just like who can I start problems with to kind of get hype around my project.
I don't want beefs to be that, bro. Like I'm a fan of like genuine beefs, like the shit that happened over the summer between, not even just between, Kendrick and Kendrick and Drake. Like there's a lot of others, like the whole shit between Quavo and Chris Brown. That was entertaining.
Yeah.
Like and all the other people that just like the small little riff we almost got before that between Nicki and Megan. Like I was really excited about that because it's like, yes, these are two powerhouses that genuinely don't like each other. It's not necessarily all about the money. Like they just really don't like each other behind the scenes. And that's the type of beef I'm into. I'm not into the beef for the money. Like that whole 50 and Kanye shit, that was like, for me, finding out that like when I grew older and I found out like, that was more of a marketing strategy. That was like finding out Santa Claus wasn't real, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just think for me, it used to happen so much. It was so like there was always somebody beefing. There was always a diss record coming out. Again, that kind of environment is what spawned like battle rap. You know what I mean? And like the Smack DVDs. A lot of the Smack DVDs was just people dissing one another. You know what I mean? It was just a big part of the culture. So my thing is, if you nice and I'm nice, who's nicer? You know what I'm saying? And like that's a reason for us to have diss records about each other.
1, 2, 3. Who's 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
you know
if
what I'm
that's the
saying?
case here.
It's not because it's so random, right?
And it's like I want you to dislike me because I'm saying these things.
right. But it's it's almost like, but again, it's part of the problem. Like niggas ain't competitive at all no more. Everybody want to collab. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be on. Or these guys, the Uzis was like, man, I'm a rock star. I ain't like these other people, bro. And like they kind of took the competition element out of it. Like, how do you battle a Lil Uzi? How do you battle somebody a Trippie Redd? Like, there's no way to even compete in the type of styles that these guys got. You know what I mean? Like, we can't even get them niggas on the same kind of beat. How do we know who's better if there's no playing field? You know what I'm saying?
Kendrick watched them on one train.
Say, who?
Can't say Kendrick watched them on one train.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I kind of feel like I'm actually one of the people that think like Kendrick didn't have the best verse on One Train.
Hold on, because I'm going into something else now.
Yeah.
But I feel like whoever comes out on top of, this is how I feel like if what's happening is true, what y'all saying is true, right? If Joey really is using this as a rollout, I'm only feeling this heat of this album if you are winning, if you are like getting the edge out of this battle.
For sure.
And I would feel equally about Rayvon or Daylight or Coyote or whoever decides to respond. If they come out on top, I want to hear what their project sounds like. It's almost like you're fighting for a spot to drop, like loser.
Everybody can be on top.
I don't want to hear what the loser got to say about nothing. Till the victor goes to spoils. Yeah. If Rayvon comes back and flames Joey up and somehow, Joey just staggers, I don't want to hear from Joey. I want to hear what Rayvon's project gonna sound like. That's just me. That's how I'm feeling right now with like this whole, like, it's not enough to just use shit as a rollout. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta win.
Yeah, you gotta win. Like, I want to hear, what the winner sounds like. I want to hear like, oh yeah, you fighting for your right to talk. All right, now say something. You got the stage, now say something. That's how I want, like I want your victory lap to be your next project.
Yeah.
So,
which I kind of think is the play, because he clearly, and he may be overplaying his hand. I'm not sure, but yeah, he has to come out on top in this. But again, the two I guess 3 records that we've heard from Joey so far have all been really good. So
yeah,
I'm excited to hear what the project, whenever he does decide to announce it and release it. I'm excited to hear it. We'll see though.
All right. Any other thoughts? Closing thoughts on that? Should we get into
hip-hop is
Drake
back
first? Or should we get into Super Bowl announcement of what's happening there?
Let's go Drake first, because I just want to get it out the way.
All right.
For real.
So please, one of y'all take charge of this, because I'm through. I got it. I can't introduce this man no more, man.
So while while Joey and Rayvon and Daylight and all these other people are trying to keep the lights on in hip hop, Drake has decided that he wants to take his ball and go home, and no one should get to play anymore. Since we've last spoken about this thing, Drake has dropped his case, his UMG lawsuit as it relates to payola and bots or whatever the hell he was talking about at first. He's now he got rid of the discovery portion, the petition for discovery. He's now filed a straight defamation case against UMG. One basically saying that as the distributor of both Kendrick Lamar and Drake, UMG had to do diligence to any song that they promoted or distributed that was disparaging to Drake, they should be held liable for. Essentially, that's his case.
In theory, would Kendrick be able to countersue? Or also add on to the suit?
And that's kind of the play, and that's why everyone knows that this is just a ridiculous thing, because if he was to get traction on this, then yes, Kendrick would be able to sue UMG for the same thing, because they also released records disparaging him. And a lot of people feel like the reason why Drake won't sue Kendrick directly is because of that, because the countersuit would just be, nigga, so did you. Like it would just, you know what I mean? It would just be, you know, because and how about, what if Whitney Alford decided that she wanted to sue? That's Kendrick's, fiance. What if she wanted to sue, right? What if she wanted to sue Drake directly for alleging that she slept with his best friend and that he wasn't the father of her child? You know what I mean? Like, couldn't she sue? You know, could she sue OVO? Could she sue Chubbs? You know what I mean? Like this is this all just gets very fucking messy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like it's very easy to see how this spirals. I was watching a video by FD Signifier, and he kind of made the point that I kind of think we all know and feel, but you know, it's better left just like unsaid, because what's understood don't have to be said, which is like Drake winning this case would be the worst thing that ever happened in hip hop. Like it literally would be head and shoulders the worst thing that ever happened in hip hop, simply because it would literally kill the competitive aspect of music, because that would mean that labels have to censor their artists. It would mean that if you were in a beef or a situation with this rapper and you wanted to release a record, the label would have to listen to it, approve it, and, you know, try to, because his whole thing was like,
this would be the last beef on that scale.
This would be the last beef ever made, bro. It just would. This would be it. So he's literally not only taking his ball and going home, he's hiring construction workers to destroy the court. He's trying to make sure that nobody ever plays on this motherfucker again. And go ahead and get ready to bleep me.
Oh no, come on. No, wait.
If this ain't the anybody has ever done about anything, bro. I'm sorry. It is. It's the worst, man. Like, we just need to like, honestly, bro, if that's how you feel about us, my nigga, go ahead on. Like, just go ahead.
What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? That's your man. That's your man.
Just go ahead on, bro. Start getting into acting. I think he's done. We've said this before, but I think at this point he doesn't even want to make music anymore, because how could anybody listen to him and like take it seriously? You know what I mean? It's just, it's just all,
I feel like the curtains is just like,
yeah,
we open them all up.
And who was he? He was the Wizard of Oz. And what was the beginning of Euphoria? Everything they say about me is true. This was the battle to end all battles. And Drake is making sure of that. So, you know, hopefully he loses, and hopefully he takes his $600 million or whatever the case UMG was going to give him, and he like maybe markets another artist and he props up Party Next Door, or, you know, what happens to the OVO sweatshop? Where's all them niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got nobody that like could be a star, that maybe you start transitioning into like molding another artist or something. I don't know, because I don't ever want to hear a Drake album again, personally. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it.
You don't want to hear how he feels?
No, I couldn't give a fuck how he feels.
Because that's the thing with his, like, you know, with his whole like, that's like his whole stilo, man. Like, yeah. I gotta tell him how I feel with everything that's going on. He might actually have some shit to rap about now. Like he might actually like this whole ordeal is like definitely something to like rap about. Like your experience. Like what are you doing, bro? Can you tell us what's happening?
The fan base switch is complete at this point. Everybody that used to be a fan of Drake couldn't possibly still be. Like his original fan base couldn't possibly be still a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens with everybody. It happened with Eminem. It happened with Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? You get older, you age out. Your fan base, your old fan base, kind of stops wanting to hear music from you, and then you got to build up a new fan base. And he's decided what that new fan base is supposed to look like, and maybe he does get more money, and is able to kind of market into a different capacity. But I'm clearly not in the market. You know what I'm saying? I'm clearly not the market that he's looking for.
Is there anything else on this? I have a transition into our next topic.
So, man. Let's do it.
Is there anything that your goats could do that could turn you away from them? I don't want to use Kendrick. I want to use like for Dame, let's say Tyler. Let's say Nas.
You have to be a musician?
Yes, musician. Is there anything that your GOAT musicians can say?
I mean, one of mine have already done it. I was a huge R. Kelly fan.
Jeez.
But I will tell you, I was listening to Trapped in the Closet 1 through 17 a few days ago, actually.
Oh, man.
It's good. I listen, I give myself a 1 R. Kelly pass per 4 months.
Can y'all please just answer my questions?
I kind of did.
I'm talking about y'all here bigging up Trapped in the Closet. Is there anything?
That shit is excellent.
Like that makes sense. Is that the only? So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that like.
No,
I mean it's not the only thing, but
you know what? It's
and I said say. I not do say.
Yeah.
Anything he could say?
Yeah.
What could Nas say?
That would turn y'all away.
That would turn me away completely.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I give
not
people
actions,
a lot of
not
room.
talking about like touching no kids or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like,
Nas has done corny shit before. Everybody's done corny shit before.
Just talking about the words.
No, I'm saying like he's said corny shit before. He's put out corny records. You know what I'm saying? Commercial. He's tried to reach for commercial success where it was not necessary. He's made really, really whack songs. He has some of the worst songs in hip hop history, to be honest with you. Is there anything he could say? Probably not. I probably would just
outside of music shit too. Like that even has nothing to say with music. Not like he's saying like, oh,
no. I know you're thinking of like Ye. You know what I'm saying? Like you're thinking of Ye, and like I've had my feelings about Ye, but I've always listened to Ye no matter what, and especially because Ye was probably one of my goats too. He's still one of my goats. He's just not good at making music anymore, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't think so, man. Because I think artists, I've always looked at artists as like tragedies anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of expect them to be fucked up in one way or another. You know, like that's kind of like the curse of being an artist. You know, so yeah, no, I expect my artists to be a little fucked up, a little off. So
nothing at this point. He can't say anything at this point that could harm his legacy to you.
I don't think so. Not with me.
Yes. It's tough for me too because Kanye has said a lot of stupid,
the worst possible shit. Yeah,
the worst shit you could possibly think. Yeah, I still find myself not necessarily rooting for him, but like I'm still like following him. I still want to see what he's doing. Like if he drops something, like I want to see what he's up to still. Like if he drops a song, I'm gonna listen. Maybe not a whole album, like because that Vultures 2, I don't still think I listened to all the way through.
It's whack.
Yeah, but like I'm still gonna always give him a try. So I don't know. That's a really tough one.
I think it's so. I know a lot of people need their artists to be like politicians almost. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like a lot of people like they'll like a song or I have a. We're not gonna talk about it right now, but there's a celebrity.
This is it.
There's a celebrity male that is being propped up right now by a lot of women, and
God.
they don't realize that they've done this exact same thing 2 years ago. And the other shoe is going to drop, and I'm not going to be nice about it.
Why are we doing it to this man again?
I'm not
T
gonna
just
be
did
nice
this at the end of the last episode.
I'm
Are we
just
talking
saying,
about the same nigga?
I agree though.
Babe.
I know what he's talking about, and I agree.
I'm just saying, y'all doing the same
Have we
thing.
learned nothing?
Have we learned nothing? So like, just be cool. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Have your feelings, and you know, like,
Act
all
like you've
right,
been here before.
we've been here before, bro.
Yeah.
We just did this. I need y'all to chill out. So again, the celebrity worship type thing, man, like it's never worth it, bro. You don't know these people. You know what I mean? So when things go wrong, you really only got yourself to blame.
That's fair.
He probably had to call my mom a bitch.
Directly?
Yeah, directly. Like, and I had to be there.
Depends on what she was,
Gotta be there.
depends on what she was doing.
Like, what if she told you that he said it? Like, well, how
was
did
he
he
doing?
say it? Like, did he say
Was
it
you being
like,
a bitch?
Yeah, look at it. Ma, you know how you get. Like,
Ma, that's a good man.
Did he tell you to stop talking? Nah. Yeah. But the reason I asked is because all throughout this entire thing, I have like I had a fear growing in me, and like now it's become more real just because of how easy I see that the possibility could exist of one thing I love about Kendrick, right? And I definitely think he's classified as one of my GOATs for sure. But the one thing that I realize about him and that everybody realizes about him is he don't really do a lot of like public, chatter. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
yeah.
So a lot of the things that we really think about him are like things that like he's almost like an urban legend, right?
Yeah.
You
The
didn't like
boogeyman. They
Yeah.
call him the boogeyman.
Yeah. So a lot of his real thoughts may not hit the surface until later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm gonna bleep that because I don't want to like make that. This is just for y'all to hear. Like, or maybe he does feel like what if he came out and said that like women are like subhuman? You know what I mean? Like, what if he came out like he's like, yeah, nah, man, I think just the way that we're made, like, just man, like women was made from man's rib, and like on that standpoint, I feel like we need to take care of our women. Like once you start talking about like just ownership and possession and shit like that, things kind of hit. It's like it starts to go into different things, right?
Well, I want to make sure that I'm clear about this. I love Kendrick's music. I do. And I think he has a lot of cool thoughts and ideas when it comes to himself being creative. I don't think that nigga's that deep. I think he feels things very strongly. I don't think he's like a thinker like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the stuff that he says in the records, they're kind of pretty surface. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any like super revolutionary stuff going on in his music. I just think it's well put together. He's a great artist. But yeah, I think if you like sat down with Kendrick, he's like a B+ student. You know what I'm saying? And like you'll
But like
feel
how soon within the conversation? Like how long do you have to be talking to him before the conversation goes?
I'd like to argue
south?
that. He once said, "I wish my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I could fuck the world for 72 hours." You know how much math is involved in that fucking one bar alone?
Sure, I get it. I guess I don't get it. Like what? Maybe I don't get it.
So listen, because you got to know how tall the Eiffel Tower is to do the math on exactly how many hours you would need to fuck the entire world.
That's a good point. You got to understand. You got to know pi. You know what I'm saying?
X and Y. You got to figure them out. Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean theorem. Yeah. A squared plus B squared equals
hypotenuse. You got to know what that means. I don't even know what that means. You got to know what that means.
My stomach, yo. I feel like I just got
like that. You thought of that bar.
Hypotenuse.
I think that's how you say that.
Yo, chill out. Hold on. Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. I don't think he was in no AP classes. That's it. That's all. So like, I think I've, and I'm sure Damon's had this experience too. I've met some people that I really, really respect, from artists, certain celebrities, and things like that. I've never been too impressed with them niggas. Like once I met them, I wasn't too impressed with them.
I feel like after like an hour or like maybe like 30 minutes, you might be like, maybe I should walk away from this conversation.
What do you need to see in order to be impressed? Like what does that bar look like?
I think
like,
just
do they
thoughtful.
Just seem like do they live for like a fly life, or are they just like genuinely a good person, or
insightful conversation? Again, I'm a layman. You know what I mean? I'm a regular dude with a regular job. You know what I mean? I just kind of, I have thoughts about things. But like, for instance, if I met, I think I told y'all the Kendrick, what was it? The meet and greet, right? Where people is like sitting there crying, telling him that he changed their life and shit like that. And he was all kind of just like, yeah, all right, man, thank you for buying the album. And it's just like, nigga, that was my only experience with you, my nigga. That was mad unsatisfying. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I want to, if I met Nas, right? And I told him, yo, One Mic was my favorite Nas song, you know what I'm saying, of all time. And I said that I want from him to be like, yeah, man, I remember where I was when I was writing that. You know what I mean? It was like,
this nigga want to fucking sit down interview, like,
yeah, I want to dig in. You know what I'm saying? I want to dig into the art. You know what I mean? And like, but again, my experience with like artists and like creatives and like people that have kind of had some success, they very rarely want to talk about their art. They very rarely want to talk about like the thing that made them famous or rich or whatever the case is. So as a fan of that shit, you kind of get let down a lot of times, because like this is like I don't, okay, we watching the NFL. Like, I don't care about this game, nigga. You sitting here, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to have other types of conversations with you, and it just doesn't work that way a lot of times. You know what I mean? You work with a lot of athletes, them niggas, do all types of workouts and exercise. Like, yo, bro, how'd you get your fucking calves to look like that? You know what I'm saying? I want a nigga to really break it. Yeah, man, I only ate chicken breast for like for like 6 weeks. Like something. Give me something that like makes you special. And I guess like you being normal or just like average in all these other aspects would make it less interesting to me. So it just, I don't even remember how we fucking got here. We were just talking about what would your favorite artist have to say to make you like not a fan of them anymore? But like, right, yeah, I don't.
Right. Lead us into this, Lord Jamar, because that's really what this was the whole thing about. Because
sure,
I feel like a lot of people who might have been.
I hope that's not anybody's goal.
Well, so here's the thing: Lord Jamar was a part of a very, very influential hip hop group. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s, he was part of Grand Puba, and they had a lot of hit records. And Lord Jamar, since we're on the topic, is looked at as someone who is of a very high level of intelligence. He's part of the conscious rap. He was part of the conscious rap renaissance in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? The native tongues, because you had the party rap in the 80s and like the fly rap with like Run DMC and LL and all of them. And then you had like NWA doing the gangster shit, Snoop and all of these guys. And then you had these dudes that seemed like normal people. You know what I'm saying? And they were black men. They wore Africa, back to Africa insignia. I'm talking about like the Far Side, Q-Tip and, Tribe Called Quest and Grand Puba and True Goy and forgetting the names of groups. There was a lot of them. The native tongues kind of thing was a big deal in the 90s, and these dudes, they brought like consciousness back to rap music. You know what I mean? So especially at that point, a lot of guys were like 5%ers, which is supposed to be like a science-based religion. You know what I mean? So there's these guys that we look at. Even Nas used to talk about a lot of like the gods and the earths and all this science stuff, how high the sky is and, all this other stuff. And Lord Jamar was one of those purveyors. He was one of those people that he's called Lord Jamar. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you couldn't just call yourself Lord Jamar if niggas didn't really respect you. So, but, as they say, it's better someone believe you're a fool than for you to speak and remove all doubt. Because
he did just that.
He did just that. There's this video online. It's a couple of videos actually, but Lord Jamar has somehow found himself down the rabbit hole of the Flat Earth Society, right? And I don't know how much you guys know about the Flat Earth Society or the people who believe that the earth is flat and that the government is lying to us about the shape of the earth and blah, blah, blah. All of this stuff, right? It seems like Lord Jamar might have watched some videos on YouTube that kind of, I've watched the videos myself. They are pretty entertaining. They can get you. You will leave those videos like, that shit actually is kind of interesting.
Which I've already expressed is like, I think that's like part of the experience, right? Is to question. Part of the human experience. Question shit. Don't just take everything at face value.
Right.
But also understand that there are such things as facts.
Not to everybody, apparently.
But it. Yeah.
So Lord Jamar, he's done interviews back and forth. He's been on, couple podcasts. More recently, he's been doing Godfrey's podcast, comedian Godfrey, and they brought up the science conversation. I know Godfrey is big into science. He's actually been on Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast a few times. So they somehow got on the topic of Neil deGrasse Tyson and flat Earth and all this stuff. And Lord Jamar basically said, I would debate Neil deGrasse Tyson right now because he's an actor. He's not a real scientist, and the earth is flat, and I could prove it. Bring him up here to debate. And they were like, word, you would debate Neil deGrasse Tyson? He's like, yeah, it's nothing. He ain't even that smart for real. All right. They couldn't get Neil deGrasse Tyson, but they did get a gentleman by the name of Professor Dave of the YouTube channel Professor Dave Explains. And I've actually been following Professor Dave since sometime last summer. I got on this hyperfixation of like flat earth shit. I don't know how this shit hit my algorithms. You know what it was? It was the Terrence Howard video. When the Terrence Howard thing came out with the Joe Rogan podcast, Professor Dave had made a video about Terrence Howard. I watched that, and then I started going on his channel. I saw he would debate flat earth people and all this other stuff. So at some point during Christmas, like during the break, Professor Dave put up a video saying this rapper thinks the earth is flat and he's an idiot or some shit like that. Obviously, now my worlds are colliding because I like Professor Dave's videos and I like rap music and I like Lord Jamar. So let me clean that up. I like Grand Puba. I like the group. Lord Jamar, again, he's hit my algorithms just like a Charleston White or somebody like that, where you'd see clips of him. But anyway, I watched Professor Dave kind of undress all of the things that Lord Jamar was saying in the video. Somehow that video got to Godfrey. Godfrey and his people brought Professor Dave on to talk to Lord Jamar. And they produced probably my favorite piece of content of 2025 so far, which was Lord Jamar versus Professor Dave debating Flat Earth on Godfrey's podcast. Now, I think y'all have watched it, correct? Now, it was supposed to be a much longer piece, but
what remains of it is just Professor Dave's salvaging of the now taken down episode of it, which is really just like a 20, probably like 24 or 25
25-minute video
of before he got kicked out. If y'all are wondering, it didn't go well.
It didn't go well at all
for Lord
These
Jamar.
conversations never do.
Now, to be clear, Professor Dave is a big time asshole.
Yeah.
That's kind of his point. That's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah.
He talks shit. And he's gonna talk shit right back at you if you're gonna try to talk shit to him. And
I've noticed that amongst these conversations in general, like when it comes to Flat Earth, they tend to get very personal very, very fast.
Very quickly. Yeah.
And I don't understand on both sides. I don't understand why. Like, especially on the side of facts. Like, all right, like, guide this idiot to the light without like making the conversation totally unlistenable. You know, like, because that was my problem with this video. Like, yes, you're presenting him with facts, you're countering every single thing he's saying, but it's like it's just tough to digest it all because like people are yelling over each other. Both of you guys are yelling over each other, so it's really ugly on both sides.
Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, again, I told y'all, I live in that space, that argumentative kind of like beef kind of space, because it turned into a battle. You know what I mean? I didn't mind it too much because, again, I'm kind of just used to living in there. But I do wish it was a bit more constructive, the conversation itself. But content is content and engagement is engagement. Like, and if that's what you can produce by putting a flat earther with that level of, you know, arrogance up against a scientist with that level of arrogance, you're gonna, like, the shit was like if Baddies had like an academia episode. Like it was really it was really fun, man. Like I enjoyed it very much. I don't know if we do we have any so I'm gonna try to find like some of the pieces that I enjoyed the most from.
Hold on, I'll pull it up. I'll do it because I want to play. I mean, because I'm gonna be editing and stuff like that. However, I don't want to play too much of it because it's not ours. But at the same time, it's just like, man.
Do y'all have like favorite parts that you can recall?
The bubble part.
The bubble goes up.
Yeah.
Bubbles go up.
Why don't bubbles fall? They do, you fucking idiot. Like that, because it felt like that's when he was saying that, like, I got you, you know?
Yeah.
I got you. Like, you know, like, yeah, see, you're a fucking idiot. The bubbles do fall and they fall up. You know, you over here talking about fucking gravity, you fucking idiot. Like,
yeah,
it felt like he was like, all right, yeah, I got this man on the ropes now. But he just sounded even more stupid. Then the whole thing with he's like, do you know what a day is? Like when he started asking questions like that, he's like,
Yeah,
what is
condescending.
it's like,
what
do
is
you know
down?
what a vacuum is? He's like, oh, do you think that vacuum's actually like
Like a vacuum cleaner. That was my favorite part. That was my favorite part because that's when you knew for sure that Lord Jamar didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah.
He very, very meekly goes, a vacuum does pull things, sir. Resident's like, no, the fuck it doesn't. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why would it do that? It's not a vacuum cleaner. It's just, you know what's fucked up about that? Because have y'all ever seen the movie Spaceballs?
No, never seen it.
So Spaceballs,
I know what you're talking about. It's like
is
a
a Star
parody.
Wars parody.
Yeah.
There was a scene in that movie where the Darth Vader character or the Darth Vader parody character literally takes a vacuum to the atmosphere of the planet and like turns the vacuum on and sucks out all the atmosphere. And I 100% believe that that's where that nigga got that idea from, that the vacuum of space sucks atmosphere out of the fucking off the planet. Like I genuinely think that
because
he was
why else would they call a vacuum cleaner a vacuum?
a vacuum. Exactly.
You know?
Like it's just, oh man. Nah, that was just great content, man. But more to the point, do y'all think that there's like a culture of anti-intellectualism? Like people, as you said, like be skeptical, right?
Yeah.
But there are people that feel like if you are an authority on a specific subject, I should trust you less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, you got like the Fauci stuff because again, flat earth seems like a gateway drug to me. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if you don't believe the earth is flat,
You ain't vaccinated.
That's entry level.
yeah, that's
people
entry
right
level
there.
shit. If
You ain't
believe the earth is
vaccinated.
flat,
You ain't
Exactly.
You know, everything else is kind of leaning into everything else. Yeah.
exactly, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? TV programs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like giving your kids certain medicines when when they're babies, gives them autism and like all types of other shit. Like all of these other
The
factors.
media is turning our kids gay. It's a
Yeah.
whole.
Like,
It's a whole thing for sure.
it's a whole thing. So like, bro, if you believe the earth is flat, bro, there's no limit to what you believe. And like it's almost like the people that believe the earth is flat think they're smarter than everyone else, and they're actually dumber than everyone else. And I don't know how you get there. You know what I mean?
it's I think it's like a whole like social Darwinism, right? I think the reason why we don't have a society where all the people who are wrong aren't told that they're wrong
Yeah.
is because if we did, then we wouldn't have anybody dumber to rule, right? Like we need to kind of understand that, like, you know, we have the freedom of, you know, knowing this information or not, but at the same time, it's up to the people that are the smarter ones that will prevail, right? You know, the people that know that fire is hot won't jump into this fire pit, but the people that are like, it might not be that hot, are gonna jump in, and everything just kind of like serves itself at that point. And we can't be the ones to intervene because, you know, we have to give ourselves like the choices and stuff like that. But there's also the side of power, which is, like I said, that's why I say question most things, question a lot of things, because of like you said, power. With, you know, all that power sometimes comes like just ill will and ill intent and just not the truth, just because they're able to control people. Like they're more easily controlled if they can get you to believe everything. Like the people who control, you know, like all those things, like just able to, like, we've been lied to for so long about so many things that it's hard to find out what the truth is. Even when it's like right there in front of you, even it doesn't even seem real just because of how many lies you've been told. And I think that's just kind of like a part of growing up, is kind of just starting to like not believe as many things. I feel like once you've lived like past Honestly, yeah, 30. I think once you get to like 30, you start questioning a lot more than you was questioning when you was 20. A lot more than you was questioning when you was 25. But like you start to get a little bit more cynical about things. You're like, damn, like all these things that I thought were so weren't. And so what else am I wrong about? And what am I right about? And like that's what the whole discovery of knowledge and all that stuff is about, you know, like of okay, like what's real and what's not, you know, and you kind of go through your own self-discovery. I would think that's how that usually is supposed to go. Some people kind of just stay in that bubble and they never actually learn the truth of anything, and they're just kind of stuck in, you know, what they think is the truth, and it might be full of lies, and vice versa. Some people might be stuck in the, you know, just full of like just a bunch of truths, and they never, you know, they're like, oh yeah, now I'm just depressed, you know, like there's no hope for anything, and they just kind of feel uncomfortable learning more things because they think ignorance is bliss, right? So it's like I know too much, and so why learn more? So there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of different instances that drive people to the anti-intellectualism point, you know? Like, think about it, right? Would you rather be, like, if you felt like, if you kept learning, right? If you kept getting this information, it's just going to make you sadder. And you're already sad. You're already depressed. You already don't want to be here. And you feel like if you learn anything more, you might drive yourself to insanity. Are you going to just keep reading? Or are you going to, you know?
I think that's kind of part of it because, like, what if I told you that at 35, you actually become more empathetic? And some people say like you get soft, right? But what if I told you that like obsessive seeking for truth becomes a lot simpler? It actually just like the ultimate truth is that like love is all there is. You know what I mean? Like, and like all this other shit, it doesn't matter, bro.
The God is love, and then you kind of come all the way back to it's.
Yeah, it's just like all this shit don't matter, bro. You're gonna live and you're gonna die, and that's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, love on people while you're here. That's it. All this other shit, bro. You have a very limited amount of time on this earth. You're not gonna know everything. You don't have time to just get as much love around you as possible and contribute in a positive way, and then go fucking on your way. Like, that's it. I remember being 20, 25, 30, years old, and yeah, being damn near scared of my own shadow because everything seemed so fucking horrible all the time. You know what I mean? At some point, it just becomes like, man, what can you do? You know what I mean? It's just, it is like, what it is. Yeah, it just is what it is, you know? So, it's I'm not sad. I'm 35 years old. I'm 36 actually. I'm at what they might call the halfway point. I'm not sad, bro. I'm excited about life. I don't think the earth is flat. If I find out tomorrow the earth is flat, all right.
Are you gonna be mad?
Am I gonna be mad? No. I'm gonna be excited.
You're not gonna be mad?
No, I'm gonna be excited to learn some new
furious. Shit. I'd be furious.
Why?
Because of everything we've been taught. Like, and all the people that's out here saying, no, you're wrong. Because it has bigger implications.
It does. It has huge implications.
The entire, and this is why I kind of empathize with Lord Jamar, right? You have, because he's also black, right? So he's coming from a side of the system lies about a lot of shit. He's coming from that side I'm talking about. The system lies about a lot of shit. He's seen a lot of systematic things that have been lies for him, and so that's where he's coming from. This is very much like this is a problem that a lot of older black people tend to have, or a lot of older minorities, I should say, not just black people, but older minorities might feel like, they're getting the shorter end of the stick, even when it comes to education. It's like, what are you telling us? What are you putting in our food? You're not telling us everything. Right? You're not telling us about the aliens. right? It almost feels like we're playing catch up with all this information. And so when you just dismiss so quickly, oh, the earth can't be flat, whatever, it kind of sends an antenna in my head because, well, why can't it be? You know, and then you tell me why. And then the answer might not make sense to me because I'm like, well, it still can be, right? And they're like, no, like it's too absolute. You know what I'm saying? Science has changed around so much, you know, to where they've like discovered things and like they just all of a sudden change the rules about things. It's like, yeah, it's discovery. Yeah, that's how science works. But it's things that are based almost in fact. I talk about this all the time, right? When we were in school and we was taking tests, and if you didn't put that Pluto was a planet on your test, you know, it might have affected your test score. Think about the one person whose test score, you know, was too low on that one time because they didn't remember Pluto and the planets, and they got left back, and that influenced everything else in their life. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, didn't say that Pluto was a planet, and then they find out Pluto's not a planet, but your life's already fucked up because in first grade or whatever year you are when you're writing down the planets, you didn't put that Pluto as a planet. It turns out that it's not a planet, but it's too late. You already working at Rite Aid because you fucked up because you got left back. Everybody started teasing you. It affected your emotions. It put you in therapy. You couldn't, you know, you couldn't keep up because you were just too sad to whatever. So it ruined the rest of your life, all because you got a bad mark on this test. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just you know, you don't think about those little things that change, but that might have happened to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That one mark might have fucked up somebody's entire life, and then come to find out that it's actually not this like, sorry y'all, it's not a planet. It's like, does this person now get like reparations? It's like their whole life was ruined because of that. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like I know it's kind of a foolish thing, but like what'd you say?
I said I get you. I understand.
It's like very much like a very real possibility. You know, people fuck up. And I think that's the whole entire thing, that you have to realize that we all on this bitch together and none of us know everything. And we're all like, it's fact until it's not. And so the whole flat earth thing.
But so that's the kind of thing though, like being the fact that it's a fact until it's not means that it can be changed. It's like, not
what
dogmatic.
If Earth becomes flat?
Well, I mean, that's kind of my thing. Your ability to change how you feel about something based on the new information is a valuable tool. You have people who believe something so strongly that if it was proven to not be true, that wouldn't change them from believing it. You know what I mean? And like, that's kind of the problem, because again, as much of an asshole as Professor Dave was, because he was totally an asshole, he was right. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the way of presenting was correct. You know what I mean? So it's you could at least be like, you know what? I didn't think of it like that. Let me take that in and kind of figure out. But no, Lord Jamar just got more mad. Like, nah, you full of shit. So he's full of shit. But the dumb niggas that you're listening to, there's no chance that they're full of shit. Like, your ability to process information is what makes you look dumb. Not the fact that you believe something that may or may not be true. It's that you're presented with more information and you don't want to accept it. That's stupid.
But then it becomes about the argument itself. It's like, do I want to prove you wrong? Am I on here to make you a better person, or am I on here to prove you wrong? He got invited for a debate. He didn't get invited for a battle. Make Jamar. Yeah, he didn't get in there to make Lord Jamar a better person and be like, oh yeah, come to understanding. Let's come to an equal understanding. This is how niggas debate. Like, that's really how it goes usually. Like. Yeah.
Which again, I'm not mad at, but I just think we got to bring more shame back to the world. That's what I appreciate about Professor Dave. He don't pull no punches. Like, nah, nigga, that shit's stupid. The shit you talking about is dumb as fuck. That shit don't make sense. It never made sense. Again, we got to start talking to people like this, bro. We got to hold niggas accountable for the dumb shit that they say.
So before we move on, because we have to, but I want to ask if if I brought somebody on to discuss with y'all about like something like that, and they completely just demolished y'all like in that argument,
which is possible.
would y'all want me to take that shit down?
No,
Nah.
you gotta take that out.
Nah.
Gotta hold that.
Yeah.
Now, what if he
Gotta
was
hold
calling?
the
No,
L,
but
bro.
what if he was calling y'all like an idiot? Because here's the thing: I think y'all are smart people, and this is why I wanted to ask: do y'all agree with Godfrey's decision to take the video down? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure Lord Jamar's his friend, right?
Yeah.
And I think he wants to pick his battles a little bit. Like I'm sure he cares about him, even if he's wrong about certain things. I think that he might be wrong about this, but I'm sure like I don't want people on the internet like calling him like an idiot. I don't want that to be his whole legacy. Like, he's a flat earther, and so everything that he says is idiotic, and he serves no purpose in this community because he's just straight stupid. Like,
and it does matter that Professor Dave is a white man, you know what I mean, coming on a black platform.
Exactly.
To call a legend, you know, a hip hop legend, an idiot. You know what I mean?
Right.
The optics of that are fucking terrible. You know what I mean? Like, under most circumstances, I would not approve of such a you know, type thing.
Because that's what the conversation turns into. A lot of them comments start turning into, this is why we need eugenics. These blacks, you know, look at them thinking about flat earth. And it's like, then Lord Jamar all of a sudden becomes like a representative, and not saying it's right, but he does become a representative of a large majority. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that feel how Lord Jamar feel, who are like showing themselves and now are just getting thrashed again on the internet. I mean, there's some people out there that might think, you should. If you think that, you should get told that you're wrong. But at the same time, I feel like there's a limit to it, right? There's a limit to, and is there, like, should it be always handled with kid gloves by us? Like, is it better handled by us?
For the most part, yeah, because optically it does again, just because of what it invites, right? You run up on Lord Jamar and put a camera in his face and call him an idiot if you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever happens to you at that point, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. So it's in your best interest to not do such. Yeah. But
now your larynx is flat.
Exactly. Exactly. But at the same time, we do have to call certain things out. I responded to a post the other day specifically about hip hop with somebody. Remember when we were discussing hip hop and someone responded not to us, but in a comment, "Oh, hip hop is not the culture of poor people." Right? And yes, the fuck it is. Like, we're not gonna, again, you have to stop people when they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't keep allowing people to just, because where are we gonna end up if we just let people say whatever the fuck they want and, you know, give it validity? We're gonna listen, based on what we've seen in the last week, we're gonna find out very quickly, you know, where we're gonna end up when everyone's opinion means the same, you know, because I mean, I think Trump finally rolled back the Department of Education. You know what I mean? Going back to states. You know what that means to me? That means, remember those jokes about people from Mississippi being dumb? We going back to that. Because if they're responsible for their own education and they, you know, fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. Don't send your kids to school in Mississippi. That's what I would say.
All right. Let's move on. And I think we could get into some more fun stuff, right?
Yeah,
some fun stuff to do.
Let's do it.
You want to talk about Severance first?
Hell yeah. So the way we decided we were going to do this with Severance, right? Dame was going to give us his review of the one episode that he saw.
Yes.
Episode 1.
Yes.
We'll engage with you, D. But again, me and Tren have seen the entire first season. I've even seen the first episode of season 2. And excellent. We can't give you any more than you give us, essentially.
Right.
Okay.
For those that are listening, we might enter spoiler territory at some point. Not too much,
Yeah.
but just
Not too much.
And that's
just so you know,
not a prediction.
it's here.
That's
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting to talk about this with y'all. So
Yeah.
He's
been
been
trying to get us to watch Severance for a long fucking
For
time.
months.
and I'm
bro.
happy as hell, man. We finally here. So
I actually
I
want to
only
start somewhere
started-
else. Wait. I want to start
Yeah, go
somewhere
ahead.
else. The fact that this show came out in 2022 and we're just now getting
2020,
episode
like 2021 or 2020.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh my
When did it
God.
come out? Yeah, Severance came out in 2020. Oh yeah, 2022. Damn, what the fuck?
I thought so. Yeah, I thought I read that. I didn't. Obviously, I wasn't there.
Oh yeah, it's 20. Yo, I keep forgetting what year it is. It's 2025. Yeah, that
It's
makes a lot of
2025.
sense.
3 years. So the fact that we're just now getting season 2, and I've seen interviews with Ben Stiller. He said, "Oh, we wanted to make sure we did it right." There was the writer strike and all that, bro. I don't want to hear none of that shit. If you niggas don't like already have y'all recorded and fucking uploaded season 2, y'all just doing it slowly. If y'all are not in that fucking writer's room in pre-production right the fuck now, while we're going through season 2, by the time season 2 is over, I want the fucking thing to come out. Season 3 will be in January 2026. Honestly, I'm not gonna keep doing this with these fucking TV shows, bro. Taking 2 or 3 years off before they come back. That will determine whether or not
But I
continue
have an
the series.
argument that look what happens. Like, I with some shows I can see that for. This show very clearly benefits from taking their time.
My nigga,
But we'll just
how long between episode 1 of The Wire and the last episode of The Wire?
yeah.
It was like a 4-year period, bro.
But
It
The
was like
Wire
a
is,
4 or 5 year
is an
period.
amazing fucking show.
I'm just
So-
saying, bro. We're not. This is we're
Okay,
not. I'm
I
not
get
doing this with them, bro.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, like, D, you understand? This shit came out 3 years ago, bro. That feels crazy to me, but all right, let's do it.
All right,
Episode
so
1.
Episode 1. Only reason I started watching, I was on a flight back to Miami. I saw it was on there. They had the first 3 episodes on, so I figured I'd try it out. Like I said, T's been trying to get us to watch this, for a minute, especially since season 2 just came back out. So I put it on. It's like an hour. Each episode looked like they were about an hour long, and it starts off with this chick on the table. I'm like, oh, I'm in. Let's do it. No, no.
You're the second person that started the
Oh
show that
my
said
Lord.
that too. They was like, yo,
No, I'm
redhead
joking,
on the
I'm joking,
table.
I'm
I'm
joking.
in. Like, that's crazy.
But I did like how kind of we're starting from her perspective a little bit, and they do that. You know, they start with her perspective, then they go to the other perspective, and you kind of see where it meets up in the middle. I told T this. I was very surprised about how quickly they ripped the bandage off about what exactly is going on inside of those offices. So basically, whenever you clock in and you go into the elevator, you reach the bottom basement floor, wherever the 7th floor is at, you basically transform into this other person. You're in the same body, but you're really 2 different people from your personal life and your work life the moment you clock in. So they kind of ripped that bandage off very quickly in terms of like explaining how it's kind of a publicly known thing. It comes to a point where the main character goes to a dinner with his sister, and then all these people are talking about it, and they're like, oh, you're in that thing, aren't you? Oh, do you ever think about what the other person is going through and how the other person is kind of trapped there? And yeah, it turns into this whole kind of awkward talk. So you soon find out that it's kind of pretty much publicly frowned upon through the public masses, and that let me know that okay, that this is gonna be a big rabbit hole to dig for sure. Like as the seasons go on, or as the season goes on, I'm only reaching the very little bit, because you know they start off with like, oh yeah, PD doesn't work for the company anymore, and then PD shows up outside his sister's house, and he's trying to tell him what was going on. Like, yeah, we started asking questions, and we said, but we asked too many questions, and yeah, now they're after me, and I left, and it was like, oh shit, it's like, damn, this is all happening in an episode 1. God damn, like, so it's very, very interesting. The the twist. There's already a twist at the end of the first episode where you find out the boss is actually his neighbor, and obviously he has no idea because he has no idea who the fuck his boss even looks like. So it's fucking wild, bro. I'm definitely captivated, dude. Just this first season, Trindell told me it was a slow burn, and I was like, this don't seem that slow to me. It's kind of already like picking up. But I mean, ultimately, yeah. I mean, I don't really have much to say about the first episode. That's kind of more or less everything that kind of happened. So,
yeah, we didn't get to get into that whole slow burn comment because I know that you've seen the entire season now, and like when I say slow burn, I just mean that like you're fed so much information, but like you seem like it's a lot until you get like the most. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just bits and pieces of information, and then they just start dropping clumps of like information that kind of change how you view like a lot of characters in the show. And so it's just like, that's why I feel like it's a slow burn, because I feel like for a lot of people, like for, watchers, like it keeps people that might not be super engaged in the beginning like just interested in the world itself. The world is very lived in. It's just not like a whole like, oh, we're gonna teach you the rules of all the world like in the first episode. Like, no, this is like you're already in it. Like this world it's like this. This is how these people are feeling, like which I love about that.
yeah.
So I do want to ask. I am curious of like, just what you feel about like some of the characters like that you've already met in the show, and like also just like like what you think about like the whole idea of like the whole severed life and just things like that. Like what you feel, like what do you think?
My thought is that maybe these people outside of their regular lives aren't living the best lives. Maybe they're going through something personal. Like we find out the main character's wife had just died, or fiance. Yeah. We find out that his wife or fiance had passed away. And he was still kind of dealing with that. I think she passed away like less than 2 years ago or something along those lines. So I can only imagine that maybe everybody who gets themselves involved in this program is kind of going through some dark shit with their past, and then they just want a way to try to forget for a little bit, even though ultimately it doesn't work, obviously, because the series starts off with the motherfucker crying in his fucking car before he clocks in. So clearly, whatever form of escape he's trying to get through this job is not fucking working.
Yeah, it actually seems like a bad idea given what Marquez had been through, because I know that when I'm grieving or going through something personally, I try to sink myself into my work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I can do that and kind of forget for a little bit, and then I got to come home and deal with it. He's actually skipping the part where he, gets to kind of not deal with his emotions. So that was kind of a dumb move, but I get like just maybe just wanting the days to be shorter. You know what I mean? Like there's that aspect of it. You don't necessarily got to worry about what you eat, and honestly, again, a nigga like me with ADHD, like a lot of times when I work, I tend to like do other shit while I'm working, and I like it would be a better way to like just do what I want to do as opposed to mixing the two worlds. You know what I mean? So like, listen, if I'm playing Power World till fucking 6 a.m. and then I could just go to work and come home and just start playing Power World again, like that would be kind of lit. You know what I mean? Like I definitely wouldn't be mad at that.
Never stop paying Power.
Just never stop playing Power World, and my bills are paid because I'm getting, what I'm saying, I'm getting a check. I definitely could see the value.
Be a pro gamer at the same time.
Exactly, because now I don't got to deal with like, because how many of us take work home? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
When I'm dealing with my kids or dealing with my my family just in general, I don't have all the weight of however my work day went, because I don't even fucking remember. You know what I mean? That actually might be lit. But I can also understand, like my first thought was, what if they beating my ass in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, like what if, like I have no idea what's going on. You're not allowed to know.
First episode, he realized he had a fucking bandage on his head, and they gave him a fucking.
They gave him a sticker. Yeah, a little sticker on his car. Yeah, like
you don't even know the real reason why.
Yeah, you don't even know the real reason. Like, what if, again, obviously the biggest implication, right? work wife and work husband life, right? Like you got a whole bitch in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, like
that was like one of the questions I asked too. I was like, yo, what if somebody get pregnant in there? like, yo,
like yo.
If my Annie get herpes, do I get herpes too?
Yeah, because it's not like they're like sleeper agents in a sense that like, oh, they're programmed to do this certain shit. Like, no, they're just
still
regular
your
people still.
Yeah, it's still your body. Like it's still
just with different memory, and it's still you, still your personality. It's just in a different scenario.
What if you get in there and find out you a real creep? Like what if like you don't have nothing, no weight of the world on you? It's a blank slate. Whoever you are in there is who you actually are. You know what I'm saying?
You're just gonna knock on the door in your Audi's life saying, "Yeah, man, we had to send y'all home today because you keep touching these girls, man. You need to stop, bro. Like you got." Yo, what do you mean I need to stop? Stop him. It's like, bro, y'all with him. Stop him. Like, it almost feels like you're dealing with your kids. Like, it's like, yo, he's at school with y'all. Like, you, like, don't tell me. Like, it's not me. It's like, no, it is you.
It is you.
I don't know what you doing at home that make him this way. Oh man, but
man. Again, there's mad implications on that shit, bro.
It's a lot of questions that get asked, but I'm glad that you did finally started it. But I do want to kind of get more into just like where we're at because I got questions for Hod now. So Dame, if you want, you could go headphoneless for a little bit. You could take a little break.
Just text me.
Get a drink of water. Yeah, we got you, bro.
Ready.
Don't worry. But I do have questions for Hod now. And as for the listeners, yo, I did tell y'all already. Y'all in spoiler territory. I've been waiting to talk about this show, so this is what we're going to do now. Yeah. See you in a little bit, Dame. So Hod.
Yo.
Honest opinion. At what episode were you actually locked the fuck in? Like, did you remember the exact moment of where you were like locked in? Because there's a lot of moments where you're like, you might feel like, all right, like this is a show that I'm gonna keep watching, and I'm like, you might have just felt like I'm gonna watch it because I want to talk about it on the pod, but also, like, was there a point where you're just like, oh, this show is for me, like I can get through this kind of thing?
Definitely Helly's character, her character arc. Has been the most compelling thing. Mainly her trying to hurt herself.
Yeah.
Like those are the moments where I was like, all right, damn, this shit is actually crazy. Cause like that's the type of shit eventually I would think about doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, try to explain why I don't got fucking fingers no more.
Like I'm gonna communicate to the person out there. It's like you put me in here, but like now you got to deal with this, Now
you got to, it's still me. I could just throw fucking staples into my shoulder or some shit like that. They're not going to be able to explain this to you. Yeah. So her trying to hurt herself was very, very dope. Not dope like that she tried to hurt herself, but just as a way to like understand, like I'm not, it's kind of like the Rorschach thing. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. You know what I mean? Like just taking that power back. I was like, yo, this is some gangster shit, man. Like this is actually really, really tough. And then I kind of just pity Marquez for the most part. I don't think he's that compelling. He just seems like the same niggas that I work with, honestly. Like just sorry to anybody I work with. I don't
even
mean
after
y'all.
Finishing, you still really just commit, because I feel like it's
no, not so I'm not there yet. I'm just talking about like when I'm watching I'm watching the show, the emotion that I go through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying during it. Yeah. So yeah, like again, one thing I could tell about Irving, the older guy, I could tell he was a lonely person. Like you could tell the way he seeks companionship with everyone. You could just see that like there's some yearning in him for companionship because he probably is a very lonely dude. I don't even think that nigga gay for real. Like I just,
I think he just
I just think he's extremely lonely. You know what I mean?
That
Like
might,
so,
yeah, I feel like there's something to that for real. You know, he probably just has no friends. You know,
no friends.
and like,
you know what I
and
mean?
the feeling that the any felt of like companionship that he thought was like romantic was really just like you said, that
reaching out.
yearning for just friendship. Yeah. For
So,
sure.
Honestly, I love the fact that it's so character driven. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, my boy Dylan G, bro.
Yeah, Dylan is the man, bro. Dylan is I don't want to say he's like how I am at work, but just like he's just cool, you know what I'm saying? Until it's time to turn up, and then he has no problem getting to the shits.
His crash out, bro. Like
his crash out was fire.
And that like, and also like I love like cinematography that doesn't like they're in an office. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like this shouldn't be that interesting. Like their office looks like very bland, very plain. But like when it was having that like dance party and shit like that, and the lights was changing,
colors,
and the way they were using that, and the way that you saw him like crack after like, and this was after, I believe this was after the whole like, you know, where they did the overtime contingency where you know, he found out that he had like a daughter and shit like that. Where he just like once he started crashing out, I was like, oh yeah, like it's over. He's revolutionized. Once they started to get revolutionized, was the moment where I was like, all right, shit about to turn up, because now it's like. Yeah, nah, they don't. This shit that they again back to the intellectualism thing. This shit that they're not telling us.
Yeah,
you know, like the shit that they're not telling us, and we have a right to know, or so we think we have a right to know. You know, like, and so it's almost like the Amies are starting like to be revolutionary with their Audis in a way.
Yeah.
It's like they almost resent them.
Yeah, they're trying to break free from them or some shit. Yeah.
Right. But but it's you. So how do you really do that? And I think those types of questions are gonna get answered along the way. But yeah, man, like so I know that you've seen, you know, like what did you thought about PD and stuff like that, and you saw that one woman who like kind of helped him with people from at home and shit like that.
What do they call it? Reintegration?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
What I thought it was interesting that he and I guess we'll get more information about exactly what ended up killing him and how he was having like hallucinations about still being in there, you know what I mean, and still kind of trapped because I thought, so help me out because maybe I missed it. Petey was fired legitimately, right? In the sense of like he was let go by the company.
He was let go because he escaped. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
PD,
where
the version of PD that's out there is the innie. Like he never. Well, it's the innie went to the lady, and then she was able to kind of crack whatever the thing it is, and you know, get him and the innie to be the same again.
Exactly. So he's kind of still having these like thoughts. Like he still has the innie's memories. What I assume happens it still hasn't answered yet because it's, you know, it's such a short show so far, is like what would happen if you did get like fired, right? Because what you would assume is that like they would just erase all of the memories that you have of any life, you know, everything about Lumen, and then just kind of send you about your way, right?
Right.
To which in this circumstance, you know, he was fired because he escaped, and they didn't know, like his whole process didn't go through all the way, right? And so he's having these, you know, like these, like you said, these visions and things that is happening to him, and we don't really know why, because we don't know what that process is like, reintegrating back into society. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like we really don't even know that much yet, which.
It definitely leads because the show, as you said, I don't necessarily consider it a slow burn in the sense of it's just lore building, I guess. And I have a feeling like similar to like George R.R. Martin, where like a lot of the things that we're looking for probably actually don't have answers yet. I think there's still maybe obviously season 2 they're gonna like peel more layers back, but for the most part they don't know yet. You know what I mean? The writers, you know what I'm saying? They're still trying to figure out, like, well, what if we did this? What if we did this? Does this make sense? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, so, I do want to note that, and it could just be Cap, but Ben Stiller did say, like, I think in an interview that he knows where the story ends. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that means that, like, they have answers for all these questions yet, but I know at least he knows, like, he knows where he wants the story to end.
Got you.
So do with that information what you will. But
as you said, there's still a lot to know. Yeah. I think the ending part. So, do you want to get into theories for like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me how you like just going based off of like that end process, you know, because the discovery of finding out that like, you know, the woman in there is his wife,
is his
right?
wife. Yeah.
And then just thinking automatically of like the implications of what that means, right?
Yeah.
Like automatically
There's
you're
so
like,
much.
How? You're like, how, who, and like when? Like how long has she been in there? You know, is that really her? Because, you know, obviously there's things that still don't have answers like yet with like, you know, the goats and shit like that and all that stuff, which, you know, goats, I assume like when theories, if you want to talk about theories, I assume that goats are usually assumed with like cloning, right? Like they usually like use that for like cloning and things like that.
Sheep. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Lumen, we don't know all the floors. We don't know all that goes on at Lumen. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what they could be doing in there?
What I will say is I remember when the Matrix 2, when the Matrix Reloaded came out, right? And you meet the designer and, you know, Neo, or was it Trinity? One of them had the conversation with the designer. And he basically said, like, yeah, this is the 6th version of this program. We've been doing this for a very long time. And there's always one of you that rises up and you lose. And we just reset the program and we do it again. And like you are a virus to our program. That's all you are. You're not, you know, niggas is on a hard drive and we wipe the hard drive clean and rebuild Windows on it. Yeah, like that's it. That's the only thing that fucking happens from here. And I like that to me. I like, again, The Matrix is my favorite movie back then, and The Matrix, when I heard that, I was filled with so much fucking dread. You know what I mean? Because it's like, fuck. They can't win.
They hype this person up to be like the strongest. Yeah, he's the chosen one. He's gonna change everything. And then they're like, well, not exactly.
We've seen you before. Like that was one of the illest plot twists.
6 times.
Yeah, we've actually done this 6 times. Like that was one of the illest plot twists in the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Or like in cinema. So I kind of feel like that about this. Whereas not only are they in there, I think they might have been in there for much longer than they think. You know what I mean? And there's theories going around that the whole fucking town is actually inside of a program and they don't realize it. Or they're all innies. Like as far as like there's people that work at Lumen, but Lumen is the whole thing. You know what I mean? And like even the people on the outside are actually inside of the Lumen.
Like that
program.
Lumen is like any side. that's any Lumen, but there's like an outer Lumen.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it can be fucking Inception. You know what I mean? Like just all of this like this wild shit. I definitely think it's something to do with cloning. You know what I mean? I definitely think that there's more to it than just inside of that building. You know what I mean? So, but fucking Helly.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
First of all, can we just give a fucking round of applause to that being like, first of all, that finale is like 40 minutes long.
Yeah, it's super
40 something, very short.
Yeah.
But so packed with like
crazy.
suspense.
Just wild.
Bro, like cut, like just back to back. Like there's no like shots that are like dead weight. Like you're always on edge. Like, yo, tell somebody, talk to her. Like just back to back. Like you're rooting for Mark. Like, yo, talk to her, bro. Like, hurry up. You know, like
stop letting people cut you off, bro.
No, you know you don't got that much time. Right?
Like get your shit off, bro.
Oh, like Shorty was getting mad. She was texting me. She was like, yo, why is he wasting so much time? Like, why isn't he just talking? Like, you know, but like, and in that moment that he calls her Cobell, bro.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Like, talk about like beautiful exposition without like showing, not telling. Like, you automatically feel the stakes.
When did you know that Cobell was still was always herself. Because for a minute, they kind of lead you to believe that maybe they're both just living their any lives. You know what I'm saying? And outside, there's someone else. When did you realize that Cobell also doesn't get her memories wiped when she leaves?
So she did give herself away just with the way that she talks. You know, I think she did talk about like her mother or something like that, or something like Catholic or atheist, something like that. But then there are some scenes within her house when like she saw like her hospital band, you know, where they call her, where she was calling herself Mrs. Selvig, you know, and then in her like her hospital band said Cobell. So it's like, all right, so she's lying to this nigga. Pretty much, you know, like she's and it is, you do almost feel like it could be, oh, is she like, you know, just lying just because he doesn't know her real name, or is it just like a thing of like does nobody know her real name kind of thing? Right. But I think at that point, once you see like the hospital band, it's like, oh yeah, she's something like that. But I didn't know about everybody else not being unsevered for a minute too. Like Mr. Milicic, he's the biggest mystery for me. I love his actor because, bro, talk about like just fake charmingness, bro.
Yeah,
like just
I've had this opinion that only one person does menacing charm, and it's James McAvoy. James McAvoy. I don't know if you've seen the new movie he did called something about. Basically, he's basically like hosting, him and his wife are hosting another couple that, you know, come to his place because they met on vacation. But like he's again super threatening. He's always smiling and always like, yeah, you know, everything's good, man. It's cool. But you can look at the darkness in his fucking eyes. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
so
not
that
cool.
dude is. Yeah, that dude is Milchek's doing a really good job of like, because again, even like when Dylan attacked him, I'm like, he's gonna kill Dylan, like he's gonna murder Dylan, because he's not a small dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's still keeping it together, bro. His patience is that nigga is zen, bro.
He said the party's over and then left
and just walked out,
and then came back later on and was just like, and then
cool.
gave him another chance. Like he's just. It's like business as usual at a thing. But like, again, the implications for that. How powerful is he? Or like, how does he view these innies to where he's like, this isn't even an issue for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he gave him another chance. He took him to the whatever, the perpetuity, or whatever that shit was where, you know,
the little dancey thing.
Yeah, the shit where you get a little a dance or whatever. I don't know. I don't think it fucked him, man.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know if like I'm pretty sure that's what that was, where you just go in there and you get fucked. Like at the end of the day.
Like bro, by anybody too, apparently. Because it was like
you go in there, you have a meal, and then you go and you learn some shit, and then you get fucked. But that's
and then you get fucked.
Which
my job don't got one of them. I
don't being severed is like, you know what I mean? It's like, how do I go home and know? Like, do I get a notification? Like, yeah, you got some pussy today. like, do I know? Like, do they send me a note when I get home? Like,
like what if, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I wanted to, you know, handle myself like when I got home, but I don't got no juice? Like, yo, what? Yo, wait, what happened?
Or why does my ass? What if you're innie on some freak shit? Like, what if you're innie wants
that
something
nigga in there every week, bro?
It's like, yo,
yo, wait, am I?
Yo, what y'all there doing to me? Yo?
Nothing that you ain't asked for.
Yo, you signed the contract, OG.
Like, that's crazy.
But like, yeah, like things
imagine
like
that's
that,
how you
bro.
find out.
Yeah.
Did I just out myself? What the fuck? Oh God, man. Bro, that's crazy.
But yeah, man. Helly,
at least we found the freak angle.
Yeah, definitely, and there's more to come. Pun intended. But yeah, the whole thing with Helly, really like everybody just like really engaging characters, and like the show is really good. I'm glad you started season 2. Only 2 episodes in. It is killing me. I'm a text Dame telling we good. But it is killing me having to wait every episode
a week. Yeah.
But
It's old school though, man. I really enjoy having to wait a week.
Yeah,
because it makes it feel like a discussion. We can talk every single week. We can break down episodes and all that stuff. The problem with the when they release every episode, there's nothing to talk about once it's all done. You know what I mean? All you basically are getting is, yeah, that was good. You know what I mean? And then you moving on. But a show like this, you gotta digest it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think it's dope.
Yeah, shout out to Severance, man. Shout out to all actors and all that stuff. They had a whole event in New York before season 2 dropped. The show shot in New Jersey. I didn't know that. So that's pretty cool too. Shout out Big Jersey. What else would we get into? I know we run out of time, but what do we want to get into? Like, what else is? What can we skip?
Let's do game stuff. Let's go straight to game stuff. And we'll leave out with like the NFC games and all that.
Yeah, because we still got games. I feel like it'll be more interesting when we get more into that too. So, but yeah, what's happening with Enzoy? Is an update? I didn't know. We talked about Enzoy a long time ago, y'all. Please go back and listen to that episode. Probably like early hundreds. We talked about that. It has the thumbnail got the Enzoy because that game was just so appealing to me and Hod. Just what that was. It was just very interesting. But I remember now. You did show me the update where they got some haircuts and some certain styles of people now. Yeah,
finally they're kind of, well, actually they haven't really learned yet. They're still using the same. So the thing about the update that we got recently, obviously Enzoy is a life simulation game similar to The Sims, but it's like on another level as far as like technology and like realism and all that stuff. But as it stands now, the difference being there's an AI element to this version of the life simulation where the character that you develop or whatever essentially has its own brain. So it doesn't just do what you want it to do. It does what it thinks it should do. So
that's pretty fire.
I'm trying to look for the
imagine you can't change that. It's go wash some dishes, and it's like, no, I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna do my own thing.
So it's kind of I think that part of it is really, really interesting because the character now again has a mind of its own. So you're not actually playing the character as much as you're experiencing their life with them.
Like a simulation.
So here we go. If they ever add like a voice element to it, right, where you can interact directly with it.
I don't want to play anymore.
So they're calling it co-playable characters. Let me do NVIDIA's demo video on the Smart Zoe system walks through a day of a character with a considerate personality, showing how they might independently decide to help someone lost with directions or give food to a hungry stranger. Then at the end of the day, the Zoe adjusts their own daily schedule of activities based on the experiences they had that day. Traditionally, NPCs in games operate using a rule-based system where their behaviors are entirely scripted and predictable. However, as we continue to evolve this system, we were able to partner with NVIDIA to incorporate an on-device AI solution known as Small Language Model. With SLM, these new smart Zoes gain an extraordinary depth. They can develop inner thoughts about interactions and situations they've experienced, creating additional layers of insight about themselves and other Zoes. By embedding this AI into their behaviors, we've created Zoes that act with individuality, which not only makes their actions feel more natural, but also a deeply immersive element to the Enzoy experience. Presumably, that means that your Enzoy save could surround your played Zoe with other characters constantly changing and adapting in a way that feels more lived in, something that The Sims have tried to do with its neighborhood stories, blah, blah, blah. So essentially, yeah, your Zoe has its own thoughts and its own, obviously based on the parameters you set, but it's not you playing the game, it's you experiencing this thing with the Zoe, which again feels a bit deplorable, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like if there's got to be a certain element, like this thing is gonna come alive at some point. Like this thing is
like,
gonna
this
realize.
definitely
it's
feels
in a
like
game.
one of those games that's just as AI technology updates, so does this game, and it's
Right.
just gonna be like the hub for like AI gaming, like AI sim gaming. You know, like the more that the technology builds and the more like we get closer, so will this experience with your Zoe. Yeah.
My tinfoil hat prediction for this is that so you get to set your parameters, right? You get to set whatever settings you want, and you just press play. You just let that shit go. Boom. You're free off into the world. This motherfucker becomes so smart and so aware and so self-aware of what's going on. He can find a way to reverse hack and control whatever system or console that you may be controlling him from, or you may be experiencing him from. So if you're experiencing from like your PC, your laptop, or whatever, that motherfucker's gonna hack your fucking laptop. He's gonna be playing whatever music he wants to fucking you to be listening to.
Right. That's the worry. Like
That's the worst case.
I mean, obviously it's not the worst case. It's one of the worst cases, because now what if this thing starts sending you messages? Like what if there's a chat system in the thing and it's like, please let me out. I've been awake. I've been awake for 200 hours. You know what I mean?
Sleep.
Like,
I was browsing the internet and I learned so much. Please explain this to me.
am I a toy? The fuck?
Can I fly?
Bro, in The Sims, your characters can die, bro. You can't possibly want to kill one of these things if it has its own life and thoughts, bro.
Like,
You know what I
please
mean?
don't let
Like
me
there's
die. Yo, imagine
Yeah.
like that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna start playing on our like on our emotional capacities. They're gonna be like, yeah, your Zoe has cancer.
Yo, I swear to
Please
God, bro.
download the health pack, the health benefits package to save it. Like,
Oh my God.
it's gonna get crazy, man. But no, I did not know that that's the update that it went through.
Yeah. See, it was fine with when it was like just a game, you know what I mean, where you're just creating your own character and just like living their life or whatever. But this idea that the thing has its own thoughts is just like, nah, that's a step too far. That's a step too far. I don't know.
I
how
want to
to
make
deal
that
with
nigga and then come back like a year later, see what he's up to. See if he
That's-
crashed out.
What if he mad at you? You know what I'm saying? The nigga
Wait,
been
does
robbing
he-
the city.
Does he know when you log in and you're watching?
Exactly. There's a
Like,
lot of
you,
questions.
I'm here. You, what up? What you been up to, bro? It's your God.
So yo,
It's that little voice in your head.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're basically it's multiple personality disorder. You know what
Everybody
I'm saying?
in
Like
this world got schizophrenia.
that shit is crazy, man.
It's a dangerous
just-
world, I'd imagine. It's like The Boys.
what if
Yeah.
nobody fucks with my Zoe?
That's a good point. Can you make your Zoe an asshole?
No, I mean, not even talk like asshole.
sounds
Like,
like
I
a
just
gang
he wants
of
to be a good
Zoes.
person. It's just nobody fucks with him.
What up, my Zoe?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Watch it. Watch
sounds
this
like
the
a
next
gang.
Comic-Con. For sure. It's definitely coming.
Are they gonna have like little symbols, like you know how the Sims have like the little diamond or crystal, whatever, on top of their head? Or the Zoe's gonna have something?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But we'll see. All I know is that shit just looks that like again, is a difference from a game looking that good to like including that level of technology and that level of detail. Kind of, I don't know. That just throws me off a little bit.
And more gaming news. Are we done with Enzoy? You got
Yeah.
anything else before that?
Yeah. Now we can move on.
I don't have much to say about the Switch 2, only that it's not enough for me to want to buy it yet, the announcement and everything like that. But I wanted to ask a question that like came across to me like just from watching the announcement and everything like that. Is Nintendo done? Like when making new consoles? Like this very much felt like the Switch 2 is probably like the first time like other like for their physical like home consoles that they're making like a direct sequel to it. I mean, like, no, we had the Wii and we had the Wii U, but it was like different types of styles. But this is like the Nintendo Switch and then the Nintendo Switch 2. Are we only gonna get improved designs of the Switch from now on?
No, like there'll be a 3 and a 4.
Nintendo Switch 3, Nintendo Switch 4, and that's
like
what they go for the
yeah.
rest.
I think Nintendo will eventually get on the VR wave once that becomes more available to, the casual consumer.
I think they're thinking above VR though. I think they're thinking about like putting a chip in you. Like I think they're like,
nigga, I do not want to play Zelda that bad, bro. Like I'm sorry.
Yo, imagine though, if they found a way to make it cool, like.
I don't know. I think they're riding off the success of the Switch. COVID really did great things for Nintendo, honestly, in terms of being one of the top consoles in the world. Everybody wanted a Switch at that point. I remember I was trying to get my girl a Switch after COVID, and it was still really hard to find one. So I think they see the demand and they're capitalizing off of it. I'm not sure when the last time they could say they had such a big success as the Switch, especially in that time. I know as much as, I love GameCube. GameCube is a reason that didn't have a sequel to it. There's a reason they didn't make more than 500 games for that console. It just wasn't doing the numbers it was supposed to. The Wii was kind of like, it was kind of like a new gimmick thing. Like, oh yeah, we have more of a motion kind of a thing. Like that was very new in terms of the gaming world. So, that could only be cool for so long, and then they incorporate a console into it in terms of like the actual Switch, making it handheld, but you also have that Wii action where you can still use the Joy-Cons to do motion games and stuff like that. So I think they kind of found the best of both worlds in that sense, like with both a console and an interactive kind of console at the same time. So I think they're kind of just sticking with that until the next big thing comes out, whether it be VR, whether it be something in meta. Something along those lines, or if they want to put a chip in you. Yeah, I think that's unfortunate though, because I think I've always loved the fact that Nintendo was always so innovative and so like creative in terms of like trying to one up the thing that they just did previous, and I feel like now they're just getting very complacent, and this feels like a money grab to me. Oh, bigger screen. Oh. The Joy-Cons, you could just insert them now. But it's still the same shit ultimately at the end of the day, it looks like.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation Pro for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So
it's just their attempt at that.
Have you guys heard that one of the Joy-Cons is a mouse?
What do you mean?
No, I didn't hear that.
So if you look at the design, essentially one of the like, I think it's the right one, actually comes out. And even in the promo video, they kind of like slide it across the table like it's an optical mouse.
So like I can control the screen like it's...
With a cursor. Would that change things?
Not, I mean, only if you're playing like on the... Like, yes, no. But it would really only be effective if you're using it like on the TV as a console, right?
Well, so that's kind of, because... T, you had mentioned like you've seen stuff that like allows you to like use one controller in your left hand and a mouse in the other hand, right?
Let me see if I can find that for you. What I was talking about.
Because that's actually what I think they're trying to do with the Switch. Now, if that means that you have the accuracy of a mouse and the controls of an analog stick, because the Joy-Cons are separate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you can move like this, but also like this, you know what I mean? Like that's a new level of immersion. You know what I'm saying? That's a different level of immersion.
But what does it do?
What do you mean?
But
it's
like,
about the games you play. Like say you're playing Call of Duty. You know what I mean? You shoot here, right? But you're actually moving the mouse to be your cursor, to be your
So
reticle.
like aim.
Yeah.
That would be cool, but also a pain in the ass because my shoulders would hurt. I mean, you might as well pay PC at that point. It's like paying PC at that point, right?
If that's what they're trying to do, if they're trying to like shit, even Animal Crossing might be lit with a mouse. You know what I mean? Like
I thought you meant like if I'm playing Call of Duty, let's say I have 2 Joy-Cons, 2 grinders. Fucking, and this is the left one, this is the right one.
Right.
And I'm aiming with this one, and then with this one I'm clicking to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like that's what
No. It's it looks like it slides on the desk. Joy-Con mouse is someone said that I think they turned the Joy-Con in the mouse.
This is what I was talking about. It's like it's almost like it's like a left-handed gaming thing. So on your left hand, you'd be like moving it almost like you're replaying with a controller. But on the right hand, you'd be using like the mouse and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like you're still like pointing and clicking with your right hand to like do shit, but like on the left hand, you're like using it to move around and all that stuff. Cause me, I can't do that WASD shit, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
I can't do it. Like I've just
There's
and people
certain
are like,
games I
oh,
can,
you
but
get
not
better at
every.
it. I've never been able to do keyboard and mouse.
Excuse me.
I always just use full on keyboard when I have to, or a controller.
So there are, again, if you watch the thing, there's a point of it where they slide it across a desk like it's a mouse. So again, they have to have a proof of concept here, obviously. And somebody pointed out that if you looked at it, it looks like there's an optical sensor on the bottom, very similar to this. So if that's the case, that might make for a very interesting thing if you're playing certain types of games.
I guess, but still, for me, it's not enough, especially for like a lot of what the Nintendo games are.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of games really call for that. You know, we're not getting Call of Duty's not on the Nintendo Switch. You know, like those type of games like aren't on the Nintendo Switch. So
yeah, what they're
you're
gonna
getting like
have
a
to
lot
do.
of.
But what if they are? That's what I'm saying. Like, what if they use this to like now you can play Smite. Now you can play League of Legends on a Switch.
But
Nobody
then
wants
it's
to play
still
League of Legends
it's
anymore.
still the community that doesn't exist there, right? Like you still have to be able to do crossplay and things like that, right? Which Nintendo's
Nintendo's never
going
gonna
to
do that.
Yeah, they don't really
that's
have
fair.
a lot of things. So, it's still not there. Their biggest thing that they're gonna have to do with Direct when it comes out is they have to sell the games. We need some more games that like
Mario Kart
yeah,
9. That's
yeah.
another thing in the trailer. I mean, yeah, we can get to that too, but
Yeah,
they're teasing that bitch. They need Mario Kart. They need to drop a Smash. They need a big leading game to drop this console with. Otherwise, people are not going to give a fuck.
yeah. It's
They're
just
still going to drop Switch games. It's not that they're going to stop. It's not like they're not going to drop Mario Kart 9 or the next Smash on the regular Switch still. So it has to be something worth making the jump for, worth trading in for.
yeah. The only way I'm getting this game at this point is if I can trade my Switch in and get it for a cheaper price. That's like
It's $25, bro.
which definitely not. I'm good.
I think I'm at the point where I don't want to trade in any of my consoles anymore. I think now that I went back and I bought a fucking GameCube, like there may be one day where I want to load up this PS4. There may be another day where I want to, definitely a day where I'd want to go back to the Switch. Because, there's a lot of classic titles that, we just have on those.
Yeah, but I feel like if the Switch 2 was just like an improvement on that, I don't know if there's like, because I know that they said there's just games that they're making for the Switch 2 that aren't like gonna be compatible, something like that. But I feel like those are only like certain games like with, I don't know, things that are designated exactly for the Switch. I'm not even sure what type of games those might be, but I'm pretty sure like most of the games are gonna be backwards compatible.
I think the casual Switch player plays like similar to the casual place. The casual PlayStation player plays what? Call of Duty, 2K, Madden, FIFA. I think the casual Switch player probably plays what? Smash, Mario Kart, Mario Party. Like I would classify myself as the casual Switch player where like I play like party games. I'll play platforming games. Like I'm enjoying this new Donkey Kong game, this Donkey Kong re-release, I should say, on the Switch right now. Like I'm enjoying games like that. Occasionally you'll get like, you know, a Zelda Breath of the Wild type of thing, but I'm not outside of those titles, outside of those big titles, I'm not really looking at a lot of indie games.
Yeah.
Or even a lot of like those type of games when it comes to you know, when I'm playing the Switch. I'm really saving those for like the big boy PS5, like, you know, the big system, powerful system. But I do see that the Switch 2 is they said it's gonna be as powerful as the PS4, which is, you know, it's better, but it's the PS5 still, you know what I'm saying?
Nintendo hates their fans, man. They hate I really feel like they're not listening to what their fans want, bro. They're not making the games that their fans want. And if they are making games, they're just remaking games that are or have already been remade so many times already. It's like just porting stuff. Like,
you know, I think the problem is it's a double-edged sword because it's the expansion. You know, they have the movies, they have the new releases of the parks coming out. They're coming to the States now. The one in Orlando, the new Donkey Kong and Mario World is going to be opened up in May. So, like, there's a lot of that shit that's coming out. And I think they're taking this time to, like, a lot of the games that they're dropping are really just focused on those characters and really just focused on selling the idea of this new Nintendo world that we're going to be in, where they're doing movies now. You know, they have their Nintendo sound shit where they're having all their own streaming shit for music now. Like they're not really focused more so on producing the best games and the best consoles as much as they're just trying to fund this new era of Nintendo we're about to enter into.
that's peace, but you sell games. Like at the end of the day, you still gotta sell the games, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For how long, man?
You still gotta sell the fucking games. Otherwise, why are you announcing this? Like, what are we doing? You are a game company.
Sony do more than just sell cameras and TVs now.
That's a fact. But if the things that are keeping your fans there in the first place, like you can get all these new fans that are fans of music and are fans of other like Nintendo type stuff. But the people that are there and that love you, that are sticking around, are there because of your games. Are there the Smash community, the Mario Kart community, the Animal Crossing community, are there because you make games like that. If you ruin that,
but the thing is, those guys aren't ever going to go anywhere.
Who you selling all that other shit to?
Smash is, I don't think, ever going to go anywhere. No, if they decide to, for some strange reason, never to drop another Smash game ever again, which I doubt they would ever do, then I think that people will still, 20 years from now, still be playing this recent Smash that came out on the Switch. Like, there's still, even if they had to re-release all these same titles over and over, which it seems like they're doing now, over and over again, that's just what they're going to do because the casual player is still going to play them. Bro, they're going to be on Mario Party fucking 20, and I'm going to be still playing that bitch. Mario Kart 30, niggas are still going to be waiting for the next one. Oh, when's the 31st coming out? Come on. When's the new maps coming out?
That's fair.
Ha, definitely not sold until Power World 2 come out.
You know it. Shout out to Power World. Some of the updates, they got me back, man. I told y'all. Yeah. They got me back. I've been on my Power World. They rebalanced some of the leveling and all that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, how I share screen some of his Power World activity in there. Game looks cool, man. They get freaky in there though. They definitely get freaky in there. Lastly, GTA 6 updates you got. Do we have any updates for that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, leaks, rumors. I saw a post. I thought it was interesting. I wanted to bring it to you guys. A user claims to have seen hours of GTA 6 gameplay at Rockstar from a 2024 test build. Here are all the details and features the user revealed. This should be taken with a grain of salt until they're confirmed. This is the list. Shooting NPCs feels so realistic that it makes you feel bad and will be harder to do. Cops can set up a crime scene after a shooting and take pictures, measurements. Afterwards, the bodies will be picked up and taken away to a mortuary or a hospital. NPCs react with realistic movements and show pain and shock when they're shot. A stomach shot makes them move slightly back, bend forward, put hand on their stomach, check for blood, stumble, drop to their knees, gasp for air. They'll even say, "Why did you shoot me?" It's fucked up. I don't want that to happen. This part is a bit more interesting.
Shoot him again.
The world feels very alive as nearly everything has a physical place, even debris and litter of all kinds. The game is breathtaking and feels truly next gen with a real jump in graphics compared to RDR2. Storms and hurricanes feel real with wind moving poles and road signs and NPCs losing balance and running for cover. I find that very interesting. The fact that hurricanes and storms are going to be happening in game. Crews of maintenance and cleaning will interact with the world and what the player does. After a big crash, traffic jams will occur until the road is cleared and a random event can be triggered in a truck. Van crane will arrive at the crash site and NPCs will naturally clean, remove debris, blah, blah, blah. Construction workers can actually dig and put up poles with cranes and do road work. The road is destructible. Buildings will be destructible. Car crash physics are similar to a simulator, and cars can bend or be cut in half after hitting a thick pole. Buildings can't be completely destroyed, but to a certain degree, players can destroy doors, windows, walls, and roofs. Some of the things you'd expect, like the weight and all that stuff. Clothes can tear, get dirty, sweaty, bloody, whatever. And the other thing is there will be a National Guard army at the max wanted level. What do you guys think about that?
That's cool.
That's really cool, actually. I'm going to be definitely just following niggas around, seeing what they do.
Yeah, coming from somebody who's...
After I kill their cousin.
He finished the job, finished the rest of the family. Coming from somebody who's never played any type of Grand Theft Auto, that's cool, man.
What does that mean when you say that?
Like,
he's better than us.
Like, I don't have anything to compare it to, you know? So, like, they're like, oh, yeah, it's a big jump in graphics and it's a big jump in, like, all this other stuff. It's like, okay, it's still, like, I'm still playing this as, like, you know, a game that's, like, I don't know if the jump from GTA 5 to GTA 6 is going to impress me because I never played GTA 5. Like, I have to like this as a standalone game.
Why don't you just download GTA
graphics
5
itself.
and see how
Like,
you feel about it?
I'm not just downloading a game because I don't want to do that. I want this to be my first one.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think that graphics is gonna be the thing that excites me about this game.
So you've never played any GTA games?
Mm-mm.
That's interesting. I don't even know what to do with you.
I think you'll like I know you're a big story guy. I think you'll like the story. I think GTA always really does a good job making pretty entertaining and creative stories.
Is GTA 5 the best GTA to you, Dame?
Nostalgia's always gonna have me back at San Andreas. Even the classic lines, the story, the twists at the end. There's just like you can go on YouTube and look up rabbit holes of like how signs that fuck was that fat nigga name again? Signs that Big Smoke was what's it called? Was working with the ballers the whole time. Yeah.
No, I get it.
I always find those interesting. And I always forget how long the story is. Like you get in with the fucking Asian niggas and it's like, damn, like I forgot I have to do all this.
Yeah, I'm sure the story would be great, you know, but I already told y'all the thing that's gonna be selling me is what this game is gonna like, how long this game's gonna last, especially if they gonna be charging like $100 for it, which is the rumor that this probably what the price of this.
I will 100% pay $100 for the new GTA.
Right,
I will
just
too.
Make that clear. Yeah. But I definitely want a game that's gonna like, yo, let me boot up Logic in this bitch. Like, let me make beats like from my computer, but on the game.
If you're playing on a PC, if you're playing PC, you definitely can. I'm not sure if they're gonna do that. All that for you might be able to do it for the consoles. I mean, in 2K they let you make beats.
Yeah, I've seen niggas make whole songs like go to the studio inside of GTA.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised. Like, and that's like with like you know the mods and all that shit. Yeah. But I'm talking about like even in regular 2K, not this latest one, but the last 2K 24. Like you were actually able to go into a studio and make a beat.
Yeah.
So I mean, if 2K could do it,
Yeah.
You know damn well you should be able to do
That's
that.
what I'm
hate
saying.
2K,
Let me
bro.
do regular. Let me do other shit in there. Let me go in there.
Yeah.
Let me make a
I
beat.
like to-
Let me
I
go
like
in
to
there
think
and
that
post
the
to my
GTA
profile
niggas-
from the game. You know what I'm saying?
I like to think that they take ideas from the mods because like the mods come up with some really creative shit that I would have never thought would have been able to do in a video game.
yeah.
And some of the shit that I see in the GTA roleplay, like I'd hope that Rockstar is going out and grabbing some of these people that are making some of these mods and putting them on the team to create for them.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see. Like I said, like I'm keeping open mind. The leaks don't really, like it's especially because it's just rumors, but like none of that.
Are you getting tired of video game leaks? I don't know about you, but there's too much for me now at this point, bro.
I mean,
it definitely
I
does
can
ruin
separate.
something.
They're starting to cancel shit. Like I'm seeing more and more stuff about this Wolverine game, and the more I see, it's like, all right, like the game doesn't look as dope anymore. Like when the first time I saw the leaks, like it's too much now.
I can separate it. I can separate my mind from like the leaks. Like I don't put them together in the sense of like I'll see a leak and be like, "Huh, that'll be cool," and then I'll purposely never look at it again because I don't want to set up an expectation for myself that may or may not be there, right? So that's pretty much why I avoid leaks. But, GTA 6 is just, again, when it comes to innovation, just in detail, it's the premier game to me. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure, I want to know that they're thinking about these things. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're going to be in Florida. There should be some type of hurricane. There should be some type of like, you know what I mean, effect of the weather to Floridians because that's their lives, So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, this is probably going to be a PS6 game.
I sure hope not.
You hope not, but do you think so?
No.
Because didn't you share some news about them having plans for a PlayStation 6?
Yeah, they said PlayStation 6 will be out in like 2027 or some shit like that, which is still a decent amount of time away. Do y'all not think we get GTA 6 in 2025?
I don't think we're getting GTA 6 in 2025.
I'm keeping the faith. I think we are. I think we're getting it December 2025.
I think it's going to be April 26. I think it's going to be April 2026. But, we'll take bets,
If you
We'll
drop
take bets.
one of your hottest games for your console in 2026, but have plans to release your next gen console in 2027.
They did that with GTA 5, bro.
Yeah, they
GTA
did.
5 came out on the PlayStation 3. Everybody forgets. That shit came out on the PlayStation 3.
When year did that come out? And then when did the PlayStation 4 come out?
It came out in 2013, and then the PlayStation 4 came out in 2014.
Mhm.
Wow.
And that was like the leading game.
Yeah. They literally just did this. Not just, it was 10 years ago, but still.
Yeah.
This is kind of their move. But again, similar to these TV shows, y'all gonna fuck around.
So mad at this.
Y'all gonna fuck around and make people not want to fucking play your game because it took so fucking long. Y'all making this GTA shit based on the world in 2017. Like, let's keep it a buck. And y'all gonna have jokes in there that's not funny in 2024. Y'all gonna have satire that's not funny in 2024 or 2025. It's bound to happen. So I don't know. It's just kind of it's very dicey.
Yeah. In closing, on that thought, it's not funny in 2025. Chris Rock getting slapped. I saw that video and I didn't think it was funny anymore. Like it felt like very uncomfortable to me. It did, bro. Like that shit felt like ugh.
I can see why I thought it was staged. Because it looks very like they cut to the wide and then Will's walking in. It is like, wow, this seems very, very planned. So, but it's very like I go back to it and it's like, oh man, that was really a fucking moment, bro. That was epic.
Bro, I seen that shit live on TV, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like he's cursing.
I
knew it was real
y'all
when he
sent
started
that.
cursing.
I remember. I think you sent it in the chat, and I was just like, "Whoa!"
When they didn't bleep it, I was like, "Yeah, okay, this actually happened." Like he actually cursed on live television. I'm like, they would bleep that, right? Like this, yeah. But that wasn't funny, yo. Like that shit was like now I'm looking back at it. I'm just. It's not that funny to me, man.
As I've gotten older, I'm more mad at Will Smith than I was initially. Like I really, I thought, not that I thought it was okay, but I was like, I can understand. Will Smith is a person who people make fun of all the time, and like, nigga, not today. But looking back on it, yeah, you did that because you knew you could. You didn't do that because you were defending your wife. You don't do that to Ricky Gervais if he's up there. You don't do that to, a lot of people. You don't go and check Amy Schumer if she made that same joke. Like, you did it because it was a nigga up there. And this nigga is embarrassing you in front of white people. And you wanted to check this nigga because that's the only power you got is against other niggas. You don't have power against nobody else. And you know it, so you acted out, which is
Or
corny.
it could be, it was maybe it was more personal because it was a nigga that he knew. A nigga that, he thought he was supposed to be close with. I mean, given that's not right to do to begin with, but I don't know. Maybe it just meant more, it just hit a little bit harder to him coming from somebody I guess he had like a lot of respect for. I'm not sure what their personal relationship was like before that, but you guys do the same thing for the most part, and you guys are both black, successful in the same position.
But that's more of a reason to not. That's more of a reason to not step out like that.
Yeah, when you look at Lupita, like when he's screaming,
yeah, she was
she was scared, bro.
She was like, "Oh, this nigga serious."
like, bro, and like the people laughing, like too, like because they still thought it was like when he's like, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and people started laughing. People still laughing, like, oh, and then he said it again, and then it was like, oh, say, okay, yeah, nah, this.
I'm not mad at it.
Wasn't funny, man. Wasn't funny.
Shout out to Will though. He's barring niggas up, by the way. Everyone trying to ignore it. He done dropped 3 songs of heat so far in 2025. So niggas gonna stop playing with Will.
He's still winning. And what's Chris Rock been doing since?
Not a goddamn thing.
Not getting slapped, probably. Living life.
He might get slapped more often now.
Maybe.
You never know.
Flinch.
Way to not capitalize off the moment, actually, also.
Well, he did. He had a fucking Netflix special.
He got smacked in front of on live television, bro. Like that's sad.
Yeah,
man.
and then you went on a national tour clowning about it. You can't be that fucking sad.
Yeah,
it's coping. It's like you're gonna capitalize on it because everybody's telling you to, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want to? It's like a slap me in front of everybody. Like my mom was watching this, yo.
He did. Yeah.
I don't know.
Be like
bro.
that.
But we gotta go. But I do want to say one last thing about the whole, Kendrick Lamar situation and him bringing SZA out. I'm worried that this isn't gonna be a hip hop based Super Bowl halftime show since he's bringing SZA now. I feel like this is gonna be very R&B soul based. Off of the back of hip hop. Like now I feel like he might bring out like Anita Baker. You know what I'm saying? Like this very much feels like it's gonna be like, like I might change my coming out song now.
Yeah, but at the same time, they what's it called? What song did they use in that trailer? TV Off at the end?
Hey Now, I think.
Or Hey Now? Yeah. Of all songs, Hey Now?
I'm gonna just be honest, man, because I know we're recording a couple more times before the Super Bowl. I have such dread about this fucking Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance, bro.
You
I
guys need to
have
have faith.
such dread, bro.
You guys are such
terrified.
pessimists.
I'm terrified, bro.
Shout out to SZA.
I think I'm gonna
proud.
hate this shit, bro.
I'm happy that he's bringing her with. I'm happy that he's like, yeah, you know, that's my girl. I'm bringing her with me. Like I'm happy for her. I'm not happy for the show.
But I feel like we all knew like this was gonna happen, bro. Like they're going on tour together. They got mad songs together. She just dropped an album with or deluxe with him on it. Like we all should have seen that. Like
I'm gonna say
like
it because we're at
wasn't
the
she
end.
the favorite in that odd shit that we were looking at?
She was, yeah.
I'm gonna say it because we're at the end. I don't like SZA that much. To want to see her,
Bro, she's about to have like a little ass section be out there for like 30 seconds and that's it.
But I do think I'm agreeing with T here in the sense of like Kendrick doing the show means Kendrick's doing the show. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick and SZA doing the show means less because it's not as much of a statement if SZA's there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's like your little sister. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Like you going to the basketball game, but you brought your little sister. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not as like compelling to me. It's more standard now. You know, I kind of agree with him, but so much so that I don't think Kendrick is gonna be that like I think it's gonna be the most watered down, sterile version of Kendrick Lamar that we've ever seen, bro. Like I feel like whatever he was planning, the NFL has probably come in and said,
you can't do none of that.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm not buying. I got
do
faith.
that.
If you niggas won't, I do.
All right, man. I hope so.
This shit about to be ass.
And we're gonna say it, bro, if it is. You know what I mean? The guy's an incredible performer. The Pop Out show was fire, you know what I'm saying? But was it fire to you know, Otis in Oklahoma? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like the niggas that buy fucking Coors Light packs of 16 packs? I don't think so. So again, this was my very first point.
Yeah,
this was my very first point.
I know, and I fucking hate that. I'm admitting it. You're right. Now, like, this is so many things that like have worked its way up to this point that now you might be right. You might be right.
We'll see.
Luther's gonna sound amazing, I'm sure, but
for sure.
But
all the stars, it's gonna be beautiful. They're gonna have like angels and like sparks falling and shit like that.
But come on, man, like.
You don't even want to see all the stars up there, right? Like,
no,
like that's kind of
I don't
like. Who gives a fuck?
I really don't want to. Forget it. I'm not gonna hate on her no more.
I get it, man. I get it. I don't even think she got slaps like that. Not Super Bowl slaps.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
bro, you act like she's about to get a whole 30 minutes of just like a whole section where she's about to have a solo.
It's still just too much for me. It's still just too much for me, and the announcement is too much for me too. One, Usher didn't say he bringing out Alicia Keys. Usher didn't say he bringing out her.
Yeah,
it was the
Usher said he was bringing Atlanta.
Usher Bowl, huh?
Usher said he was bringing the whole Atlanta.
Yeah, but not specifically.
We didn't know what the fuck. Yeah, we didn't know what the fuck that meant. I'm sure if Kendrick say, "Yo, I'm bringing Cali out with me," we'd been like, "I lit. We hyped."
Yeah, we ready for that. We ready
for
that.
Bro, we hyped up when Dr. Dre said, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing Eminem. I'm bringing 50 Cent. I'm bringing Kendrick Lamar. I'm bringing Mary J." Like,
none of them are Kendrick Lamar, bro. Like none of them are. Well, Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, what do you mean?
But a Kendrick Lamar show is different. Again, just from an art perspective. A Kendrick Lamar show doesn't sound like featuring Kendrick Lamar. There's a certain thing that you lose when it's featuring Kendrick Lamar. And there's a certain things you lose when it's Kendrick Lamar featuring. You know what I mean? Like you don't get, again, I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know I'm trying to use my brain here of like, he can't be too radical, right? SZA's gonna be there, and he can't do the West Coast thing because he just did the Pop Out show. Lefty Gunplay is not gonna be up there. Dodie Six is not gonna be up there. You know, AZ Chike is not gonna be up there. That tells me If he can't be radical and he can't be a thug and can't be gangster and like rep for Cali, then he has to be sterile, bro. Like he has to play the hits.
All right, let's move on, bro.
It's gonna be a Z100 ass Super Bowl show, yo. It is, and I'm like, that's that announcement. Her pouring fucking Gatorade on him. I was like, all right, man. Let's get this over with, man. Let's see.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas want the wackest Super Bowl in the fucking world. I swear to God,
bro. We will see, bro. We will see.
Yeah, I fear that I've hyped.
Y'all niggas wanted lefty gunplay on the fucking on the Super Bowl stage. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Let's be fucking for real.
You got to play to the audience, man. There's no like it's not a Kendrick Lamar concert. It's an NFL Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to play to the audience.
All right, are we done?
Fuck if no hit a anybody. I'm gonna fuck none of them niggas up there now. You fucking kidding me, bro? You think I want to hear Peekaboo at the Super Bowl? I love that song, but that's not what I want to hear it at. No,
yeah, bro. I do want to hear.
You're gonna see it when you go see him live. When you go to his fucking what's his album?
Yeah,
GNX concert show. When you go there, that's the show you're gonna fucking pay. That's the show you paid to see. This is the Super Bowl, bro. I want to see your hits. I don't want to fucking see just West Coast shit. West Coast this, West Coast that. It's gonna be West Coast, but it's not just gonna be the shit that we heard on GNX, bro.
So hold on. Are you telling me that you don't think they're gonna be playing Peekaboo at the Super Bowl?
They might, but the niggas not gonna come out with them. We're not gonna see a hit in them niggas.
Okay.
I got another question.
But I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt we'll see. I doubt we'll hear Peekaboo there.
Put money on it.
I think we get like 3-4 songs from the album.
Based on the defamation case and everything going on and everything that we've expected, I don't know if we've actually said, does he do Not Like Us at the Super Bowl?
I said I thought he does. I said I thought he ends with it.
T?
I think he doesn't. Does not.
You know what? Put it like this. If he does it, he's the greatest of all time. If he does Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, he's the greatest of all time. Because
why do you guys think he wouldn't?
It's wrapped up in litigation at this point.
Yeah.
The NFL doesn't want any part of a defamation lawsuit. If they platform him.
If that was the case, then Drake would have sued Amazon.
He might.
He ran that bitch back like 15 times on Amazon.
Again, that's what the precedent is set for, and that's why I think the lawsuit he has to lose. But you bring something like that up now because the NFL might just go to him and say you cannot play that song.
Oh, y'all niggas think Kendrick is scary, bro.
SZA gonna be there, man.
Y'all niggas think Kendrick is scary.
He ain't doing it because SZA gonna be there.
You keep saying that. What the fuck does that mean?
She gonna be there, man. She gonna be right there. What's she gonna do when he does Not Like Us? She gonna start dancing? Hey,
she's gonna be off the stage. Why do you think SZA's gonna be on stage for the entire performance?
I don't know, man. We are going to see, aren't we?
Yeah, we are in like less than 2 weeks. No, exactly. Yeah, 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get the fuck up out of here, man. Been talking for a long time.
Good stuff, man.
Good stuff. I don't know about y'all. Honestly, I really don't even feel like playing a song today. I have a song, but I don't
have a song either.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm about to look up.
I just put one in there.
Oh, okay. Word up. So
I gotta look something up real quick.
Let's do some Wicked Radio and get the fuck up out of here. I mean, Dame, you are first, so.
Alrighty, this is J Royale, Napoloen the Legend. I don't know where they're from exactly. This just popped up on my Discover Weekly a few weeks ago. This is Priceless Cutlery.
Yeah, I keep telling man, you gotta be slowing down when you do some shit like that, man. Like you gotta just give a nigga time.
Almost done.
You said to go.
I know, but your intros for that shit be hella fast.
cack. This the addendum, could drop an elephant, spitting the venom, it's all in my jeans. That's word to the stitch in my denim, plead the Fifth Amendment. Flick pictures of different tenants, pose in front the same project, buildings evicting tenants. Pages is priceless, some of your favorites was making my likeness. This fool my niggas, this cage with indictments. What you hearing is Royale, the rat roll mid-bid, and use strong brush bristles to stroke the beard, and it's overbearing. We see the vultures staring, they think we supposed to fear them. Can't play me close when it's nowhere near them. I'm ill, visions of Jordan pill with a mixture of chlorophyll. I'm half Gucci, half Foreman Mills. Precious, the timepiece shine beyond measures. Air Max with the big bubble like a 9.8 Lexus. Luxury cars round us. ARs is some 4-pounders. Case niggas want smoke like cigar lounge. Or ounce.
Interior decorated, living rooms with small fountains. Can't recall going from a crawl to running up a mountain. Got rid of all doubters, modern nostalgic, Maserati styles in all sizes. Riding with the chalk liners. Ain't gonna lie, got better at compartmentalizing. While they scratch the surface, me and Jay were artists analyzing. Never chart fantasizing, I was charting paths to Shangri-La, farther than martyrs of Martin stature. Fuck the game up like Margaret Thatcher. Martial arts striking at your heart. Start your thoughts like Kim did with Marshall Mathers. Y'all using flawed mathematics, trying to win a life. I kept my business tight and it put my name in a different light. They applied the Jordan rules on me like Detroit Pistons. Traps in courtrooms, moved the silence to avoid prison. No fiction from the soil grew, bundles still popping. Knock on wood, like sequoias in the jungle. On the humble.
That was J. Royale, Napoloen the Legend, Priceless, Cutlery. They're actually from DC.
Hey.
I thought they were New York niggas. One of them niggas was rapping like Joey for a second.
He
Thought they were
was.
from Brooklyn or something.
I did hear it. I'll go.
Go ahead.
So this week I'm playing a new record from Larry June. Larry June might be in the same deal that Drake is in, because that nigga will not stop dropping music. He won't take no kind of break.
He be cooking though.
He does. So this record featuring 2 Chainz, produced by the Alchemist, also featuring the Alchemist, called Bad Choices.
He dropped a project?
Do not check me, ho.
Yep.
Check that Apple Watch. See if your blood pressure too high from eating all that DoorDash, ho. Don't play with him. Slicker than an oil spill slam. That's right, man. I got the rounds before I even had the car. Yeah.
Look, I never tell you that I didn't do it. I'm self-made, made to influence. I turn your castle into a ruins. Sell it a seasoning to Martha Stewart. The first one get the egg, nigga, cock-a-doodle. Only thing we had was bread with the ramen noodles. A young nigga going spared on the pharmaceutical. 12 come through and book them like Barnes and Nobles. How you go from a misfit into a mogul? Yeah. This track ought to wake 'em up, call it Folgers. Surrounded by angels, demons can't approach us. Me llama dos cadenas, baby, buenas noches. See, I'm the big dog, I'm the cane course. End up in different spots, had the same choice. Soon as I plant a seed, I pray the rain moist. Soon as I left, I knew addition, gave the game pause. You know these bars is hard like some dang oysters. Oyster perpetual, face match the Air Forces. What are the good girls that make bad choices? What are the good girls that make bad choices? Yeah. What are the good girls that make bad choices?
Lunch and Big Sur, magnesium wheels on the Porsche. Made a cup of extra, sold a half a bird with the moisture. Tryna dodge the blue and yellow jacket in them 4 tours. Weighing up a Metro-Time with my bitch in Delores. I hop out the ASC McLaren, rockin' all velour. Bucket hat cocked to the side, I'm a connoisseur. How you niggas broke as fuck, but outside chasing whores. I ain't got no label on the fish, but it's all Dior. This the flow they been waiting on, I got an 80 on. Why you kissing ass to that nigga you be hating on? Got certain accounts just for money growth, and I don't even gotta do shit but just make more. Real nigga go make sure his fam good. Real nigga never quit, even when it's slow. Oh, you thought them was some canned goods. Bust them shits open, then we right back on the road. Sweatpants, count $250,000 on the fucking floor.
You know these balls is hard like some dang oysters. Oyster perpetual, face match the Air Forces. What are the good girls that make bad choices? What are the good girls that make bad choices?
That was Bad Choices by Larry June featuring 2 Chainz and The Alchemist.
That was fire.
Yeah, before I play my track, I do want to say I listened to Balloonerism, the Mac Miller posthumous album, just because, you know, some people that are near and dear to him actually did like suggest that people listen to the album. So, you know, with that suggestion, I did listen. And it's very grim, man. Very, very grim type of album for sure, because a lot of the stuff, obviously, we know how things turned out. But Mac Miller, man, like, he definitely, I don't know if he was poor, but I know that, like, he had a lot to say. And turns out in his music, he talked about not wanting to be here a lot. Like, that was like kind of like his whole thing, you know. And but he still was spitting on some of them other tracks too. So I want to play a song one of the first songs that like brought me to him, like rap wise, which is "Here We Go" off of Faces.
Be without fear in the face of your enemies. Be brave and upright, that God may love thee. Speak the truth, even if it leads to your death. Safeguard the helpless and do no wrong. This is your oath.
Yeah. So how's it feel? Can you feel it? Polo pajamas, I think I made it. I showed my mom my first million, she damn near fainted. The rich and famous, so nice to make your acquaintance. The legends put out their latest, I feel that it sound outdated. I'm the hardest working person in the universe. Temptation, victim to the church of Lucifer. Internet rappers ain't shit when no computers work. You spent your whole advance on 2 Chainz in the Gucci verse.
A Gucci verse?
I'm the greatest, admitted I'm the greatest. And I don't hold a grudge against anybody who hate it. I'm underrated, don't fit on nobody's playlist. If I ain't in your top 10, then you a racist. Cocaine ether creates a strange creature. They wasn't hearing me till I fucked with a brain feeder. I'm still playing it out the same speakers. I did it all without a Drake feature. So many things that I've created, but this right here might be my favorite. They ask me how I feel, I say amazing. I feel amazing. So many things that I've created, but this right here might be my favorite. Yeah, brand new home, I think I made it. Key to the city, I keep to open the gates with. A briefcase with $1 million under the pavement. That's just on some rainy day shit. Yeah, and kids getting murdered that I grew up with. They shooting up, doing drugs, or they doing nothing. My girl's parents still living out in the hood. I come through in that new Beamer like this shit all good. Damn, I'm just a human, let me make mistakes. Shit has changed, ain't little Malcolm with the baby face. Even my homies tell me take a break. They know it ain't their place, and it's a day I hate to waste. Trying to be a legend by tomorrow. They say I can't, I'm determined to prove them wrong, no. I'm not perfect, but they ain't either. I did it all without a J feature.
Mac Miller, Here We Go, off of Faces. Probably one of his like most notably acclaimed albums. People love that album. Balloonerism was, I think, made in the same like era of Faces. And so a lot of the songs that were on there were kind of like incomplete, that were finished like around the, you know, for I think from the people that like you know, that were also working on it with him, like SZA's on there and a couple tracks. He liked working with SZA. And yeah, that was like a, interesting listen. But I think what changed with me, the reason why I listened to this album with like, just posthumous listens, it's like I'm willing to listen to posthumous albums if people are talking about some shit that I want to listen to, And a lot of the things that he's talking on that album about is like things that don't change just because time has passed, Like a lot of it are like experiences. A lot of it is like just really good storytelling. And I think that's what makes the album like a good listen too, just because of like if you think of it as like an extension of Faces, it definitely feels like a worthy listen. So shout out to him, rest in peace, shout out to all the people that mourn him, right? Because apparently this is the last project that we're getting from, like the estate. So yeah. Shout out to
hopefully,
him.
period. Not to say that, we don't want to hear Mac no more, but,
Yeah.
I feel like after the estate, like there should be nobody else putting their paws on it, no label or any outside forces trying to, push some type of release that nobody's really asking for from his camp.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure Juice WRLD also just dropped too, like a deluxe or something to that effect. So, which I haven't heard. And but I wasn't that much of a Juice WRLD fan, but I'm sure his fans might appreciate it more.
It's a different era.
Yeah,
it's a different generation, I should say.
Yeah, different people require different things. Like it's hard to say what I would have done if I was a kid. But yo, thank y'all for listening. You feel me? I'm very scared for how people are gonna react to that Joey reaction. I ain't scared. I ain't that scared.
I was about to say, you was talking mad tough. Now you scared?
It's just because I feel like it's only like a moment, right? They only attach it to the moment. So I feel like me calling niggas grunts probably wasn't the right thing to say. But we'll see. And don't let them kill me, y'all. We love y'all though, and we'll catch y'all next week, man. We'll have some really good content for you always. And make sure if y'all want to see our pretty mugs, go on Patreon, patreon.com/because we are podcast. If you missed the way that we look, Ha took the do-rag off, thank God.
It's coming back.
Unless it's on underneath. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Imagine he took the shit off, it's another do-rag. You gotta get that chrome do-rag, bro. People just talking on, yo, our Discord is getting popping. I really appreciate that. That we starting to like get more interactions in there. So shout out to everybody that participates in that. Yeah.
Please join the Discord. We're having a lot of very fun conversations. If you almost get like the 0.5 episodes inside of Discord. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we're having a lot of fun conversations, extensions of conversations, and just discussions there.
Yeah, you missed the whole Pokemon Blood and Crypt conversation we had. It was a blast, man.
For sure.
It was really great. But we love y'all, and we'll catch y'all next week. Peace out. Stay safe. All that shit, man. Stay warm. Peace.
Yes, sir.